What's up, guys? Just coming back from dinner, hopping on the stream momentarily. We've got a fun guest tonight, and we're going to get jamming in the next 5-10 minutes. Hop on the YouTube and join us. Just coming back from dinner, hopping on the stream momentarily. We've got a fun guest tonight, and we're going to get jamming in the next 5-10 minutes. Hop on the YouTube and join us.
Brothers in the car, and he's like, "Okay, now take it." And
Yeah,
they're all singing, right? So I said that to Josh and Jesse, and I'm like, "This is Josh, 17 hours in, hallucinating. Oh, Creed's stuck in the CD player, and he's hallucinating that his family's in the car." Oh, it's so fucking funny.
3 years of voice lessons and flat.
Yeah.
Nothing.
So flat. All flat. It's just like, please kill me. I'll never forget.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
You know when she's in the bathroom? She's in the bathroom, she's like, "Damn it, my pussy," or whatever it was. He's like, "What does that mean?" I was like, "I'll tell you when you get a little bit older."
Yeah.
This movie might have been a mistake.
What's up, guys?
Should I just leave it open, you think?
The what?
Just leave it open?
The door?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's still daytime.
I'm just not telling him to look for the sign.
Just text you and we'll go get him. No, that's in my head.
Don't let me down, buddy. This is your part. Oh my god, so good. Such a good movie.
You look like you want to punch me in the face.
He kicks him out of the treehouse.
Boom! I heard you punched Derek in the face. Yeah. He told me to, though. She got so hot. She plays such filthy roles.
I know, I
It's
love her
awesome.
so
She's
much.
so great.
In every movie, she's like the third lead, but like she's so good.
Yeah, but I think that's her comfort.
Yeah,
right?
that is probably
like
her
she doesn't
comfort.
want no more. Like,
Yeah.
like, it's like I think like I like Will Ferrell in a lot of things, but like I love his cameos. Like I think they're like always better.
The old school cameo when he's just like in the bathtub and just
Not
old school.
old school is great.
It wasn't old school, but like what was the one?
What are you talking about? I know what you're talking about.
Wedding Crashers.
Oh, Chaz. Yeah, great. That was such a great cameo. Perfect.
And then him at the funeral at the end. Oh my god.
He was like at the wedding when they were getting married.
Yeah.
And then the fucking the weird son was like,
yeah. It's a painting, Todd.
I'm taking my painting back.
Todd.
The painting was a gift. I'm keeping it. I have that painting in my house.
Do you really?
Someone got it for me for a gift.
That's
it was
amazing.
awesome. Yeah. One of our rooms, our spare room is going to be all like movie and TV like things. Like,
Yep.
so we got like a bunch of like weird license plate. We got like Ecto-1 license plate.
Nice.
We got like Jurassic Park thing. I got that. I got Celebrations, which is at the painting. But we're going to get more like, I want to get the Kramer from Seinfeld.
The oil painting?
Yeah. So that's what that room's just going to be. It's just going to be this weird thing. People are going to go in there and be like, what the fuck is this? But yeah. If you don't know, I don't know what to tell you.
Don't worry about what I'm up to.
I'm not.
I'm always worried about yours.
We just going to get rolling? What are we doing?
Yeah, he'll be here shortly.
You took the mouse, you fucking guy.
I didn't take anything.
The mouse was here. I didn't bring it over there. I brought it.
Oh, you told me to do a thing over there though, and I needed
just need
the
to
mouse.
type buttons.
What up, Rick V Dub?
All right.
The most loyal YouTube stream watcher.
That's right.
We just gonna dive into the shit.
Yeah, I'm
Start
just.
up there, kick a link.
What did I just do? I'm just breaking stuff.
All right.
Pop out chat.
What is this about? Like this is like.
So that's
what's
about
this landing on the moon shit?
the lighting.
The lighting
for
that they're
the
using for
camera setup,
revival, yeah.
where you can cut back and forth. It needs like
Yeah. All right.
that's what Jesse's been doing here. He's been setting up the cameras and doing like the.
Multicam stuff.
Sick. We need an introduction like theme. It's Halloween. When you look at our thing, it's all like cobwebs and shit.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, our intro
Yeah,
video
yeah,
that Jesse
awesome.
made.
I mean,
I still I like cobwebs all year, so I mean I already have my 12-foot skeleton up.
Yeah.
I saw the 12-foot
We're all
skeleton. It's
impressed.
wild.
You should be.
All right. We ready?
You know, Tractor Supply has a giant chicken now, right?
I want it. I want it. It's like, do I get the giant skeleton chicken or an alternator?
You need to get your priorities straight.
I mean, just get both.
I feel like Cassie's on the hook for the giant chicken, though.
Yeah, true. Everybody's volumes sound okay?
Oh, mine's great.
Yeah, I'm good.
That's how I like it.
You want a finger count?
I just need to hear you.
Stop putting your fingers there.
I guess I can actually watch a finger count if I needed to. No, not when you do that. There you go. You flip me off? just count. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
I just clicked 3 buttons.
Uno, dos, tres.
Hello, I'm John Stairs. You're listening to Topics Under the Stairs. As always, I'm joined by Ryan and Mark.
Hello there.
How we doing?
I thought that sticker said used casket, and I was interested.
Oh, no, closed casket.
Closed casket. There.
Yeah, no.
Ryan doesn't want to pay full price.
You don't want to use one.
And I don't know why he thinks his time's shortened here.
I know.
Yeah, you don't want to
Was
use
that a
one,
used
no.
casket? I could this weekend could put me in one.
I'm just thinking ahead.
Good for you. I saw.
I'm in frugal.
I don't know. You're not on Facebook, right?
No.
You are.
Yeah.
Are you part of the Widowmaker like fan thing, whatever?
I
And someone just.
saw that coffin so many times.
Oh, you have? That was the first time I saw it.
Yeah, no, a lot of people have been sending that around.
Okay.
A few people messaged
Funny.
it to me directly
Hilarious.
based on my aesthetic.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Kyle, actually, shouts to Kyle. He actually sent it to me when I was driving to Connecticut for work today, I think. Yeah, so if you don't know, if you haven't seen it, Yeti and Liquid Death made a spider on that chair. We're going to have to burn the building down.
What?
Did you see it?
No.
Ryan saved us.
Did he kill it?
Wow, that was close.
Now I do.
That was close. We almost had to just quit the show forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you speaking of spider? Did you see
Yeah.
the huntsman, the spider? Obviously, it was in Australia. Sorry, I'm trying
What is
to
happening?
choking on my words right now. In Australia, there is a wasp that they call the spider hunter.
Oh,
And
yes.
it killed a huntsman spider. It was dragging it up a wall when a guy came home from work. It's all over the internet.
Yep.
All
I'm
over
gonna find it
everything.
right now.
And the scariest fucking thing I've ever seen.
It's called a huntsman spider. I mean,
Huntsman spider, but there's a spider killing wasp.
spider kill.
The spider kills the wasp.
No, the wasp kills the spider.
Spider killing wasp.
It is.
Okay. Yeah.
It is scary to look at.
We need to see it
Haunting. I know. It's all over the Instagram.
all over the web.
Really? I haven't seen anything about it.
This is man comes home to find wasp killer spider. A wasp killer. Well, spider killing wasp
Yeah.
dragging a huntsman spider up the and these things have like exoskeletons. They're so goddamn big. It's crazy.
I don't like any of this.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
That's another reason I'm not going to Australia. Did you see the picture?
Holy
Dude, put it up. It is
shit.
no joke. Mark has to put his sunglasses on. He's scared.
I'm trying to. I just want to open it in the new tab so I don't
Yeah,
have
yeah.
all the other bullshit up with it.
No No fucking way. No.
They're both
no.
bigger than my fist.
No.
Yeah.
No.
None of that is okay. Nothing.
Where is this taking place?
Australia.
Why?
Everything is
It's
because
not.
Australia is the
Why?
land time forgot, right? So Australia is what the fucking
I'm
world
gonna
used
tell you.
to be.
I'm gonna tell you. If I ever got jumped by a kangaroo,
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Right? It's not funny. Like what?
Did you see well, there's also
this guy? They fuck with him. Like
I know.
Like,
He put a kangaroo
and then you
costume
got
on.
this shit. I
Yeah.
can't live like this. I just can't live like this.
You would
I
think
can't-
that
I
you would
can't-
think that picture is blown up, but that's actually life
I'm
size.
gonna tell you. I feel like
That's
that.
life
If
size.
that thing's dragging that out, it's dragging me out.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Get that off. I can't do this anymore.
You don't want to just look at that for the whole
Look
episode?
at it. Look, it's got pubic hairs all on its legs and shit. It's fucking awful.
Might as well be covered in pulp.
Oh my god. Pulp spider.
The devil.
The-
yeah,
the
call it
pulp spider.
The devil spider.
Yeah.
So, how's everybody's week been? So, as you can see, we do have an empty chair.
Yeah.
Our guest, Zach, is going to be here soon. He owns a thriving business, and he's jamming, and, you know,
We're gonna talk about it.
tis the season. It's a beautiful day out, and he's working outside, and we'll hear about his day pretty soon. But sometimes you just got to finish the job before you go do a fucking podcast, and that's what he's doing.
And we're glad he's here. We're glad he's coming, and we're excited.
So we're going to chat with him pretty soon when he gets here. But we can hit our callbacks and stuff before then.
Let's run with it.
Yeah, what do you got for callbacks?
Not much. I mean, done a little fishing this week after the Mount Penella episode.
Yeah.
John joined us on
Tuesday.
Nothing happened for us.
It was a beautiful night.
Great night.
We were on the
Can't
beach.
complain. Guy down the road, a little ways down, he got one.
It was right next to us on the beach. It wasn't a
it
road
wasn't
there, but
far.
that's fine.
Fucking Magellan over here. All right, good. Good. I brought my GPS. John's here.
Yeah, he got a striper though, right?
He did. He got one, and then me and Jared went last night, and we each got one ourselves. Jared
Hell
got the
yeah.
buzzer beater. We're packing up at 10. 10:02, he's reeling that fucker in. So it was good. And if I measured them, I think they would have been in the slot limit to keep them, but I didn't measure them. But
You weren't planning on keeping him anyway.
no, Jared asked Kayla if she wanted one. We would have done it, but she's like, no. So
Yeah. It's a lot of work if you're not in the mood for it and stuff.
you're right. I'm not in the mood. I haven't been in the mood in fucking 15 years.
Yeah.
Everything's catching a leaves. I'll see you later.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
pretty much agree. A salmon, I'd want it.
If like me and my wife ate fish, fine.
Yeah.
But she doesn't. So it's like all up to me.
Yeah.
So
And you're not the cook, so why would you bother?
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, I had a great week. And here I am.
Yep. It was a fun night meeting you guys out there. Beautiful night to be outside.
Beautiful out.
Yep. It was cool. I had never gone night fishing in saltwater before, so the setups are cool. You get the little glow sticks on the rod so you can see the movement.
Showed a bunch of them online.
Yep. I actually should have.
Oh, did you order them too? You really did?
Yeah, I ordered them that night. I don't know where the hell they are, actually. As a matter of fact, they should already be at my house.
Actually, our the guest from a couple weeks ago was just texting me, being like, "Oh,
now arriving today, 6:45 to 8:45.
yeah." He goes, "I'm a little preoccupied." He goes, Thursday. That's right. Don't be a dick tonight.
What up, Craig?
So, Craig's here. Oh, hi, gentlemen.
Isn't it always, Craig? Come on.
What's he doing home so early?
That's a good question.
You want to be a dad tonight? That's cool.
Jesus.
So, other than I've had a kind of a hectic week, had to do some traveling for work today. I'll start with that. So, when I travel for work, obviously it's nice to get out of the office, see some different areas, even if you're just driving all day. And usually I don't have to stay anywhere for a long period of time. It's usually just like delivering a truck or delivering equipment. And I'm kind of doing a turn and burn. So it's a lot of, long days, but it's, 3 or 4 hours and I turn around and go back. So today I met Raph, we dropped off a truck and I brought Bentley with me because I knew I was going to be in the truck all day. So I just Googled dog-friendly restaurants near me. And holy shit, we found this place called Dogtown. And immediately my first thing to do was I got to text Scott Norton.
Yeah.
I'm going to text Scott Norton because he lives around here. And he said, yup, that place is awesome, but I just ate. So he did not meet us.
That's okay.
And I like that he's got the same energy as me because I would eat lunch at 10:45 every day and be totally content with that.
Oh yeah.
45. What time do you eat breakfast?
I eat breakfast like at 7:30 on my way to work.
All right. Yeah.
I don't.
Okay.
You
don't eat
I pretty
breakfast.
much
It's
just
so
have.
weird.
I have like a Nutri-Grain bar. Like I'm not like eating like eggs every morning or something.
Yeah.
I just have
It's
a
not
light.
super weird. My wife doesn't eat breakfast either.
I'll have like a Nutri-Grain bar or like a granola
Just
bar or
one.
fruit or something.
Coffee, Nutri-Grain bar, or fruit.
Yeah,
That's
it.
your breakfast.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that ain't gonna fill this fucking. Look at this. You kidding me? This build? No, I need.
How do
I
you
need.
fuel
I
this?
need some
How
starches.
do you fuel this machine?
Yeah, no, I can't do that.
So yeah, we Scott didn't meet us, but he co-signed it, and I'm like, if Scott
Is that Dogtown? Is that reading that
yeah,
right?
if Scott co-signed Dogtown, I'm in. I'm
Yeah.
going to Dogtown. So
Look at that.
that's Bentley in front of Dogtown,
Just adorable.
being a very good boy. He was pleased. The owner's father actually pulled in the parking lot while I was doing this photo shoot, and he was like, "Oh, you brought your dog to Dogtown?" He's like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "Oh, wait till you see my son. He's all tatted too." He's like, "Yeah, he lets me work here a couple days a week." I'm like, "That's cool, man." He's like, "Hope you enjoy it." So went inside. The menu was fucking awesome. Oh my
How
god!
far of a ride is that place?
Probably 2.5 hours from like us.
That's really not bad.
Uh,
Not that I'd go there just for that. But I'm just curious. Like,
yeah,
Yeah,
probably
if you were
2.5
down that
hours.
direction.
So this was me and Raph's food. We split chicken tenders, split fries, and we each got one hot dog. The hot dog I got was chili, bacon, and coleslaw, and it was called the Mongo dog, if I remember correctly. Wow! And they do it like Five Guys. They cut them in half, and they they grill them in half.
Oh yeah.
And man, it was damn good, damn good. So shout out to Dogtown if you're in Milford, Connecticut. Hit it up. That place rules.
Nice.
Other than that, obviously, I've talked about it numerous times. Roots is coming up. I plan to leave Thursday night into Friday, and I was like the other day, shouts to Kyle out back, Katie Designs. I was over there milling around with Josh, saw a little subwoofer that he had that I thought would fit my car nicely. It did. He got me one. It's awesome. Sounded great. So that was last week. Got that all wired up and done. Wanted to drive the car to work, make sure I had no kinks to work out before New Jersey. And
Always a good plan.
yeah, get some seat time. I like seat time. I'm a big seat time guy. So
I agree with you. I know. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, I want
Sure.
the seat time
Yeah,
before
you
I
gotta
do
have
something.
the seat time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anywho.
And driving to lunch with my coworker, battery light comes on. I've been driving this car since 2020. Battery lights never come on. So I'm like, all right, something's going on. Like, no big deal. I got a jump pack. It doesn't sound like it's gonna die. Drive like 20 minutes like that. Park the car, turn it off. Didn't think much about it. Go and get food. I'm like, whatever. If it's dead, we'll jump it. Sure enough, it's dead. Get the jump pack, and we're hearing the starter solenoid clicking like strong, like plenty of life.
No, go ahead. Don't worry about it.
Plenty of life. And
What's up?
then shouts my buddy Rich. He's like, let me look under this, see what's going on. He's thinking that my starter's not. He's like hitting the starter, thinking like, oh, maybe the starter's not turning. I'm like, I replaced this starter. I'm like, this starter definitely should be good. So what happened was the terminal to the battery cable rotted off of it, as we can see here in this lovely photo.
Oh yeah.
And oh boy.
Oh, we're fine.
Okay.
Oh, what? Oh boy, is right.
Oh boy is right. So
my truck.
so we
If it
got
was,
that.
we left that piece in the parking lot.
Be fucking rude right now.
Got that squared away. No big deal. He just held it on the starter while I turned it over and got it started. I just blasted it home to get it back to my garage.
Yeah.
Fixed the cable. That was easy peasy, no big deal. And then I jump it. Alternator sounds like shit. Smells like shit. Charges like shit. I hit it with the voltmeter. I'm getting like 11.7 at the alternator cable. I'm like, motherfucker. And you know what sucks is like the registration expires on this car September 30th. Roots is this weekend. I'm supposed to drive it to Roots and then start disassembling it to swap into the car.
Right.
To put an alternator in this thing, you got to undo the motor mounts.
Oh god.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like the old 2-liter.
Well, it's like that, but then on top of it, the VR wasn't supposed to be in a Mark II, really.
Right. It
So
doesn't fit.
the clearance to the passenger frame rail and where like the alternator pulley is,
Yeah.
they're basically uncomfortably close.
Ugh.
So you got to jack it up So if you undo the front one and the back one, I guess I was talking to Scott, Andy, Tobias, Chris, everybody about it.
Fucking everybody.
Everybody. And the consensus is you undo the front and the rear. You should be able to jack it up out of the way without disconnecting the coolant hoses enough to get to the bolt.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But it sucks. It's something that it's just an extra step that I don't want to do 4 days before we leave. But got to do it. So working on getting the part. And hopefully I'll get that done Monday on my day off.
You
But,
should just take the other car if that one doesn't work and be like,
yeah.
this is what I put in.
If it comes down to it, that's what will happen. But and they won't care.
They're not going to give a shit, right? Same
But,
generation, right?
yeah.
So it doesn't
I'm just
fucking
gonna say the lift's open.
You just
The lift
swap,
at your house?
You know what
Yeah,
you do? You just
that's-
swap the rims and stuff. Make a
That-
little nut.
I'll have to get it to your house, though. That's the problem.
Oh yes. Can you start it?
Not now.
Oh no.
Well, just get the trailer. You got one, right?
Yeah, true. But it's all right. I mean, even on a lift, you still got to unbolt the motor and jack shit up out of the way.
That'd
So,
probably be way more unsafe.
yeah, it's a shitty.
That's fair.
Is it?
If I had that thing that goes across the top and
Oh,
the hoist
yeah.
that goes on the engine bay,
Yeah.
with like the bar. But yeah, either way, it'll get done. Chris said he's gonna come help. I'll get it done one way or another. So it
If I
sucks.
come help,
but,
you're gonna feed him beers while he does it.
so Chris is Chris can be a wild man, but I'll tell you, when he has a task, he will not crack a beer until that
I'm the
task is
same
done.
way.
Oh, no
I'm the
shit.
same way.
Will not.
I know people don't believe that, but it's true.
No, I believe it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where I'm at. Then today, I had the thing on the trickle charger. I'm like, I fucking beat the bag out of this battery for 20 minutes, so had it on the trickle charger. Today I go, trickle charger's blinking. And I'm like, I think I know what that means.
Yeah,
I'm going to pretend that I don't know what that means, and I'm going to read the tag on the cable to remind myself what it
Yeah.
means.
Oh, but
And
it
what
means you're all good.
Yeah.
You're all good.
yeah, what it turns out it means is not connected to battery. So this battery is so fucked it doesn't even know it's a battery.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So Andy was saying I probably shorted it from,
All the nonsense.
yeah, shooting spark out of the alternator into nothing from the rotten cable hanging under the car for 40
I
minutes.
hope you're proud of yourself.
Yeah, I'm very proud of myself.
That's funny.
So yeah, that's been my fucking week. That's all I got. What about you, Ryan?
Well, on Sunday I went up to your Cars and Coffee.
Yes, it was a good time.
It was a good time. I got there a little late, so it was breaking up, but that was my fault. So
Get your
Whatever.
shit together. Being an
I
adult.
know.
Came over, saw a 12-foot skeleton afterwards.
I did. I walked
you
in.
went
I walked
on,
in,
yeah.
looked at Cassie, and started shaking my head. She had the
these-
biggest smile on her
these
face.
guys
She was
are
so
fuck-
fucking proud of herself.
I picked him up today. I'm looking at that thing. I'm like, I don't get it.
He's telling me he went to fucking do something outside and it like turned on and I'm looking at
Yeah,
it.
the head just
it moves with red
That was
lights.
you.
Anyway, I said at least it's at least it won't look in your window. Yeah.
Hopefully.
But my week is pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Other than that, yeah. I do have some other fun stuff. So going back to your fishing stories, we've talked about
Shouts to Paul for telling me about the 12-foot skelly being back in stock.
Yeah, Paul, you did a great job.
Today at work, Raph
Paul.
found me a link to a Santa hat specifically made for a 12-foot skeleton. So I'll send you that link, Paul.
This is getting exhausting.
yes.
Now we got to dress this fucking.
He's gonna
thing.
buy a 14-foot ladder to put the fucking hat on the 12-foot
Can
skeleton.
you dress that thing up like do like Hugh Hefner look, right?
Oh, that would be sick.
Right, that's the
Fucking
right.
silk robe and
Yeah.
a pipe. That's what we're talking about. Scariest skeleton ever.
Shouts to Ryan Lever. He showed up at my Halloween party one year dressed as the dude from The Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
And everyone just thought he was Hugh Hefner. It was really funny.
It's so good.
Oh, as usual, that was 100% Anna.
I mean, that's fair.
That's true. I will not deny that.
Anyway, we've talked about Cocaine Bear.
I haven't
Yes.
seen that.
I haven't seen
I
it
haven't
yet
seen
either.
it either, but
Yeah.
we've talked about it. And we've talked about there was a movie called Cocaine Shark.
I go on. Yep.
There are real cocaine sharks.
From the Miami.
Brazil.
So,
Off the
yeah,
coast of
yeah,
Brazil, they're
yeah.
finding
Oh.
sharks. with
Is this
co-
news?
Yes. I mean, not actual news. This is like callback news, whatever.
Lies news. Fake news.
I mean, I'm going to bounce back and forth
Okay.
between callbacks and
All
news.
right.
It doesn't really matter. But, yeah, so there
you know how
was...
John is about the sound effects.
I know. The sharks have apparently never did the drug, quote. But
What? They asked him?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Me neither.
They found 13 sharks taken from coastal waters near Rio de Janeiro, and there's traces of the drugs in their muscles and livers, which means a lot of drug boats sinking.
Of
and
course.
these sharks are getting in there.
Obviously.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's a...
Yeah, cartels shooting
good.
them down.
Yeah. Good
Man,
job,
that's
Coast
wild.
Guard.
But yeah, no, I thought Cocaine Shark was hilarious.
That's funny. That is funny.
Let's see what else. Oh, we've talked about. I was actually going to ask about you about this. Moritz sent us an article where Rhode Island is starting to revoke CDLs for. They went back 30 years in your driving history, and if they found like a DUI or anything,
Oh, yeah.
they're revoking your license, which they already gave you.
So I haven't really heard anything about this, but yeah, that's huge. Like,
I guess
that's
you
huge,
can appeal it, but it takes like 6 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, technically, if you read the fine print with a CDL, you can't have that one, right?
you can't have a DUI. No.
Yeah.
No. As far as I know, from what I understand, no, you can't. A kid, someone was getting just non-CDL, just through where I work through the
like a medical
agency.
card.
He ended up getting a DUI when he was like getting set up with us.
Okay.
And then now he can't do anything with that for 18 months. They may be okay to reinstate that, but I don't know. But CDL wise, yeah, no, that's like a huge thing.
It's a big problem.
Yeah, they're going back 30 years.
That's what he said.
Wow.
So these people have been driving for 30 years, and now they're going back to fucking revoke it.
Can you
But they
imagine
hadn't
that?
had any issues, like
like a 50-year-old guy that got a DUI when
I
he was
mean-
19
21.
or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
30 years, that's a long time. Like if you haven't had any infractions since then,
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean,
just
come on.
it's just piggybacking all of the other bullshit with the DMV and Rhode Island, and they're just like
Yeah.
doing whatever the fuck they want, like cocaine cowboys. I don't know what's going on.
it's funny. It's like it is like state to state, but it's still like state to state. Then it becomes a certain thing. When CDLs, it almost becomes federal.
yeah.
It's like, you know what I mean? So it's very
Well,
weird.
I mean, a
It's-
work card. Like I had to get a medical card to drive a under 26,000 pounds. 25.
Yeah, anything
Did?
over 10,001, yeah.
10,001 to 25,999
You need a DOT
Rhode
medical
Island?
card.
Is that
Anywhere.
Rhode Island?
That's federal.
anywhere.
That's not true.
So that is true because when I went to the doctor and I said I need a medical card,
yeah.
and she said, "Okay, that's fine. I do the medical.
It's not a
card
license
physical.
endorsement.
It's not a license.
Just
No, I
Just
know.
the
It's
DOT
just
physical
a
card.
physical.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
know
physical. Like you're physically fit to do this.
Huh.
She said, "Do you smoke weed?" And I said, "No." She's like, "Because it doesn't matter to me, but this is federal. So if you do, they will fail you." I said, "Well,
Correct.
it doesn't matter either way, but
yeah.
it was a federal thing."
Yep. But yeah, no, we that's from our
'Cause we had
parent
a-
company. Same thing. If people are driving box trucks or bucket trucks that are even if it's
Craig-
14,000 pounds.
Yeah,
Craig
we had,
says it's supposed to be after a year you can apply for your first one. I don't know.
first DUI or first
Yeah.
license.
Craig, be more clear. We're not being an asshole. Be more clear. Like, what do you mean apply for the first one of what? So I could go right now for a DOT medical card.
Yeah,
Yes.
This is what I got. This is what
But
I'm
the
talking
problem is, it wouldn't be under. Like, if I just wanted my DOT card, they do piss test you.
But it doesn't. It's not drug test.
It's not a real drug. They look for. I forget what they look for, but it's not.
They're
like-
looking for signs of diabetes.
Yes.
They're looking for signs of high
You
blood
need me
pressure.
to peanut cup for that?
Yes, well,
Look
I
at
mean,
me.
The
I'm
sugar,
borderline.
right? But because you could pass out is what they're
Yeah.
worried about.
No, I know. So I know I could take a piss test now. Weed will come up.
Yeah.
But it's not against. It's not about that. So I can get my medical card fine. But like for Unigroup where we work for, that's,
Yeah, because they do an instant urine test, not I'll send it off to the
they
lab
do
test,
they
yeah.
do a federal. When federal comes up, then it's like 5. I think it's like 5 stages of what they look for.
Okay.
Yeah. So
You want to hit the bucks for the boys quick, so I don't forget
hit the
to
box
do
for
it.
the boys.
Bucks for the boys.
Bucks for the boys.
You only had one DUI. You're supposed to be allowed a DUI card after a year.
Right, that's a DOT card, but the CDL's completely
Yeah,
Yeah,
different.
CDL different. Yeah. Yeah. Bucks for the boys. Go subscribe.
Hit it.
Go to revivalmotoring.com. That is our beautiful website created by our friends at the Cardinal Creative Agency. If you need a website, you should talk to them. They do the Revival website, and it is beautiful and functional. While you're on there, you can hit the shop page, find whatever the latest merch is. There's the local donut chain themed new Donut Slayer shirts out.
Cool.
Those are available. Those are going to be available at Staggered. If you're visiting Staggered, you can grab one in person from the booth. If you want to order it, I'm sure whatever leftovers there are will be on the website after that. And if you want to help and not buy a thing, you can go to revivalmotoring.com/B4B or click the B4B link right on that shop page. From there, you can subscribe a couple bucks a month, $5 a month, $10 a month, and it's a sustainable donation that just helps pay the bills here. You know, when people do one-time donations, it's great, but we don't know what we're getting month to month. We're not trying to shove a shirt down your throat every month. So all that stuff just helps keep the bills paid here at the studio. Obviously, it's a big expense for a physical location and equipment and all that stuff. So that's a huge help. Right now, besides that, promo-wise, there's a couple of really cool things in the works. Josh is closing in on his departure for the Bandit run with our friends Jesse and Brian. And
Bands for the Bandit. Like bands of hundreds for the Bandit.
Yeah, right? I like that. Bands for the Bandit. You got to send in some bands for the Bandit. So there's a couple things you can do to help with that Bandit run trip. The R32, if you don't know, Josh is getting that squared away now with some help from some great sponsors, our friends at FCP Euro, Katie Designs, among others. I know details by Doug helped him out. Jock and Jake B, that was on the show, helped him paint the wheels. It's going to be awesome. There's going to be a ton of great video from it, and you should check out all the updates from that. And if you want to help support that trip, you can buy the Bandit shirt. Sweet. When you buy the Bandit shirt, you get entered to win a Yeti cooler that has all the Bandit graphics on it. And it's fucking sweet. So check that out. And if you don't have money, that's fine. You can help out the shows by just telling a friend. If you listen to one of the episodes, just take a screenshot, share it on your stories or whatever, and maybe someone that didn't know about our show or Revival Motoring or our friends at Loses Fast, we'll check it out. If you're into NASCAR, check out our friends at Loses Fast. If you're into car shit, check out Revival Motoring. If you're into all sorts of
Everything
fucking
else,
ADD bullshit like us, check out Topics Under the Stairs. And we appreciate all of our loyal listeners and B4B subscribers. So that's all I got for that today. And as we were just going over B4B, our guest Zach just hit the door.
Awesome.
How we doing,
What's
guys?
going on,
Good.
Zach?
How are you?
Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, this is Mark.
We'll do the officials. I'm
man.
Ryan.
Yeah,
Ryan.
Nice to meet you.
And then I know you.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah.
How you doing?
So yeah, we were just getting through our intro stuff, so that was perfect timing.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, biggest thing, just stay uncomfortably close to that mic.
Yeah.
Your
You can
headphone
move the
volume.
mic,
Yeah,
too.
you
hear me
can.
now?
Yeah.
Your headphone
yeah.
volume sound okay?
Check. Yeah, I'm good.
Sweet.
You need a drink?
I got the water. What do you got?
I got stuff.
Love
What do you
it.
got? You got it.
Here we go. Yes.
Yeah, you like? Do you like Sam's Wicked Hazy?
What do you?
Or you want more like a lager or something?
Yeah, like a log.
Yeah,
Something like.
you got.
I got Fresh Cat. You want a
Oh,
Fresh?
I'll try one of those. Perfect.
There
I'm
we
not,
go.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a big drinker, but I'll take.
That's
one.
all right.
Perfect.
Enjoy.
Yeah, there's one right
I
there.
like it. Perfect.
So, do you want to do a this day in history quick, and then we'll jump on into our main topic?
Yeah, we can do that.
Or we can do that at the end, I suppose.
Whatever
too.
you want to do. You tell me. Want to jump on the topic? We'll just jump in and we'll run back.
Yeah. Did I miss anything specific that we should start with beforehand?
No, we're just
I
running.
said a couple more like stupid little things.
All right. Yeah, we'll just
dive in. We'll
dive in and we'll circle back
run
at the end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sweet.
So, like I said, how do I? All right, let's get this out of the way. How do you pronounce your last name correctly so I don't butcher it?
Imprescia.
Imprescia.
Yes.
Shit, all right.
How
Perfect.
hard is that?
Like I'm. Yeah.
It's well,
You
know,
don't know
people
when you're looking
overcomplicate
at it.
things.
That's what
All right,
I get.
I guess.
Chuck.
Is it spelled weird? Is it like
yeah.
okay.
Imprescia. Get like Imprescia,
All right.
Impressa, and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
All right.
My whole life.
Yep.
So now I actually just tell people my name's Zachary Dwight.
That makes it
love it,
easier.
yeah.
So much
Yep.
easier.
This makes a lot more sense when celebrity uses their middle names because
Yeah.
if you look at their last names, you're like, holy fucking shit.
I
Yeah.
guess you could say I'm incognito.
Yeah.
Right. So Zach and I have a ton of mutual friends in town, of course. Lovely town in Middleborough.
Big city, small town.
Yeah, big
Jesus,
city,
it
small
really
town,
is.
Yeah.
man. And from an outside perspective, you know, you see what Zach's up to between seeing friends share his stuff and like everybody's sharing his stuff because it's all good, positive stuff. One of the first things I saw that Zach did was when a cat gets stuck in a tree. If you get a cat that gets stuck in a tree, people tag him.
Guess what? The fire department is not coming.
Yeah,
They're
you know who
not
is?
coming out for that.
Zach's coming.
Zach is coming.
And he's getting that cat out of the tree. That's his thing. And I'm like, man,
You are
that's
a
awesome.
modern day hero.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I got a soft spot for animals. It's kind of, I like them.
Yeah.
I used to have cats. My wife don't really like them anymore, so now I got to save them from trees.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and that was
But
one
you
of the
don't get to
first
bring him
things I
home.
saw.
You have to give
yeah.
him back. Yeah, that's a shame.
Literally, the last one I saved, I was like cuddling the thing, and she's like, "Why'd you do that?" I'm like, "Because I can't have one at home."
Yeah.
Oh, Paul.
You
Paul
don't
with the
like
last
Shout-
name. I
Shouts to
just
Serdian
saw that.
pronunciation. So this guy Paul is one of my best friends
You
in the
can
world.
see the last name. You say it.
Hey, yeah, say that last name.
McGrath.
Yeah. Well, that exactly.
Yeah.
So
No shit.
I had been saying that for about a decade,
That's so fun.
and
About 6 months ago, maybe.
he lives in West Virginia now, but he was on the show.
But he's from England.
He's from England, and
born and
I was
raised
just
in
I
England.
was gonna say that.
Yeah.
That makes the difference.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm just saying
really.
he's not local, but yeah, he's from England, lives in West Virginia now, and comes on the show and tells all of us live that his last name is McGraw.
John's face was priceless.
Yeah,
Right.
He's like, wait, what?
yeah.
And then
It's like you never corrected
But
me.
it's not just me; it's everybody.
No, everyone's always.
But
called
here's
him
what's
that.
funny. Here's what's funny about this little last name thing. So he doesn't care.
No.
But his wife does.
Oh yeah.
Right? But it's the same with Tobias, right? We'll say Toby.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
she doesn't. She's like, well, he doesn't care. She does. It's very interesting to me. I think Paul's lying. I think it's McGrath, and he's just fucking with us. That's what I'm saying.
It would be the greatest long game ever
Yeah.
played.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Paul McGraw.
Paul
Paul
McGraw.
McGraw. Get out of here with
Paul
that
McGraw.
shit.
But yeah, so
It's Paul McGraw.
yeah, Paul McGraw. Yeah. So like I said, Zach's out here saving cats and trees and shit, but
Doing the Lord's work.
But it goes before that. So before that, I saw you hustling, doing like demo stuff and like dump runs and basically just hustling, like doing what you got to do, and but not working for somebody, like starting your own shit. So I guess let's start at the beginning. Like, where did this entrepreneurial spirit come from, and what was your like original plan and idea?
So, never really had a plan. That's a good,
Yeah.
good first thing. So,
How old are you?
29, just turned
29. So when did
you?
you start, like, Dwight's demo was, like, the first thing I saw.
Jeez, probably when I was like 23, something like that.
Yep.
And I was like a sheet metal worker in the union for a little bit. So I was doing some side work to kind of make some extra money, and
You're always kind of handy, like,
Yeah.
know your way around the
Well,
garage, whatever.
kind of not really. It
Enough to
actually-
be dangerous.
To be honest with you, I didn't even really know how to change my own oil when I was like 21, and actually a good friend named Brandon actually helped me show me how to change my own oil, and now me and my friends actually rebuild engines
Yeah.
and stuff in my shop. So
Hell yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Yep.
Kind of just like learn from other people, even some people that are younger than me.
Yeah.
Kind of showed me a few things.
Some people
but
are just
mostly-
born with that.
Yeah.
They
Right,
come out of the womb with a wrench in their hand, like, let's go. Yeah.
That's wild.
It's almost like kind of hard to have an excuse to not know how to do something. It's like everybody's carrying a computer around in your pocket. Like, you hop
Pretty
on
much.
YouTube and
Oh, yeah.
learn how to do whatever.
That's it. And pretty much one of the biggest things someone told me is if you can't at least fix your own stuff, like when it, like, I don't know. Obviously, don't expect me to rebuild a motor in my garage every single time.
Yeah, but when you own your own business, like
Yeah.
that's kind of what you do.
what a
like,
money saver.
Yeah.
you got to do some stuff. Like,
like-
everyone helps us out.
Yep.
My foreman's great. Everyone's perfect. Works out good. But it's a long road ahead to that,
Yeah.
Even, you're
Sure.
talking years of just doing stuff like picking up trash and just doing like random stuff.
Yeah, almost like handyman
couches.
stuff and getting
Yeah,
rid of stuff
I-
for people.
I can't tell you how many random stuff I've done. I remember, a drain pipe, or like a sewage pipe went in someone's basement,
Yep.
and they needed it cleaned up. And I don't know if there was much raw sewage in there, but there was some water in there and
Yeah.
some cat stuff. And
Not sure if hazmat should have been
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
probably.
Probably.
But, we got some shovels. Yeah.
yeah, we got it done, and it's crazy. I want to learn how to be John Stairs.
Well, there's a lot of information on the internet how to do that.
You might know how to learn.
First off, you got to get all the cool tattoos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to look the part.
That's
Make a
it.
bunch of really bad life decisions.
But no, big thing is kind of mutual friends. Like John said, we know so many people that are in common. With the good thing about it is it's kind of a cool little community we have. I've always said it like, I turn one corner. Oh yeah, he knows him. I know him.
Yeah.
It works out good, especially where we live. You know what I mean?
Yeah, outside perspective, people have their own weird opinions about Middleborough, but
Yeah.
it's a really cool town, man.
It's
and,
gigantic.
It's huge.
I feel like I'm
and
driving
There's
forever.
so many cool.
It's
business.
a very big square footage or square acreage
Oh, yeah.
town.
Oh, yeah.
Second
Yeah.
biggest in the state.
John's right. There's a lot of cool things to do. Like I think I spent almost all last weekend in Middleborough doing shit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit.
There's so many awesome business owners and new businesses popping up every day, and it's awesome to see.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, you just started hustling, doing your thing, whatever you could do. You know, it's not like it was a specific thing you were doing back then.
No, for sure. And don't get me wrong. I'm not like I started and I was just like, started doing this and everything fell into place perfectly. Nothing's perfect. But
Yeah, it took time.
exactly. It took a lot of time. And, basically I learned how to cut a tree from other people.
Yeah.
I definitely I didn't go to school for any of this or anything like that.
Was it kind of like one of the people that you were working with under Dwight's demo was like, hey, you mind cutting this branch for me? You want to cut this tree down? Like,
Well, customers kind of were just saying, they had some brush in the corner. I said, why don't I just grab that and we'll start doing that small. I never really jumped into anything big,
yeah,
which that's kind of like a big thing I would recommend to anyone starting anything, always working within your means. So
Yeah.
you don't want to
Great
overpromise something you can't actually pull off.
Great
Exactly.
advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So even if you just have a truck and a small trailer or whatever, I would get it done with that. Job that I would take me 3 days back then would take me half a day now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, over time, build up your equipment and everything.
Yeah. So it works out pretty good.
So how many years now have you been doing the tree thing specifically?
Probably a good solid almost 5 years, I'd say.
Yep.
Yeah. About 5 years.
And you have, at this point, you have some like permanent employees. Like I know sometimes you have, people just help out on a bigger job or whatever, but
Yeah. My main guy, Mike, he's
Yep.
a really solid guy. He's been with me for probably about maybe 2.5, 3 years.
Yeah.
He's got a house. He's got 2 kids and, works
yeah,
out
and that's
great.
his full-time gig.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's awesome.
I like to think that we pay his mortgage, we pay my mortgage. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
exactly.
How
So
hard is it to
it's,
just
you
to
know.
find good help in that industry?
Oh, jeez.
Like I know there's a lot of we have the most agricultural schools, and Massachusetts does.
That's a good
but,
point.
But like even getting people to just want to do
People
the
with a
work.
good work
Like
ethic, yeah.
you go to school for it, you do it.
And, like,
It doesn't mean you want to do it. You're
And,
just
and
doing
let's
it 'cause
face it,
they're
you
there.
said you're 29 now.
Yeah.
As a 29-year-old, you have an uncommon work ethic
Yeah,
compared to other people your age.
100%. Yeah, he said he's 29. I was like, this is something.
Yeah.
That's why I was late
Good for
today.
you.
That's
Yeah.
why I was late today. I apologize. I
No,
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 it's
it's
fine.
I
fine.
wanted to get the job done.
No, we
Yeah.
respect that. Are
You
you
know
kidding
what I
me?
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Work
Yeah.
comes first. We get it.
But to be honest with you, you just learn from other people. Like I learn something new every day. My foreman's a CDL driver.
Yep.
He operates the Bobcat, and to be honest with you, I didn't really know much how to. And
Yeah.
he shows me new stuff every day, and it's great. I got a guy Ryan that he owns his own company. He was working with us today. He
Yep.
basically showed me stuff years ago. And
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Just doing ropes and whatever we got to do works out really good.
Yeah, and I mean that's like a whole art in itself is climbing and how to properly, cut a tree to come down where you want it to
Yeah.
come down.
Do you climb?
I'm mostly a bucket guy, to be honest with you.
Yep.
That's where I like to be.
Yeah.
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 I
It's
did
it's safer.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Well, yes and no, actually, to be honest. Sometimes in the tree, it can be a little bit safer because you can tie yourself off. It depends. If it's a little windy up there, but,
That's true.
Yeah.
we did a nasty bucket job at your house, right?
Yeah, I had a big tree that could have easily gone on the house, and he got it done. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was like, 70 feet, something like
Yeah,
that. So
yeah,
usually-
easily. It's a pretty good size one.
I know my limits, though.
Yeah.
I get a crane if we need to, though.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so you'll outsource something like that.
Is that
Yep.
yeah, I was just gonna say, is that equipment you own, you outsource it, yeah.
It's the only thing I don't have.
Yeah.
Technically. Got the Bobcat.
I can't even
chipper.
imagine the money those things are. I see them coming down the road, I'm like,
Yeah, it's sickening.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, so you got
Yeah,
a
they're-
Bobcat, you got a chipper, you do stumps still too, right?
Get the stump grinder, yep.
Yep.
Got a couple trucks, nice dump truck.
Nice.
So I try to stay kind of small.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, I don't want to ever get too big, to be honest with you. I want to be, kind of stay always small, but just kind of keep growing stuff.
Yeah, and you're
Fix
still in
everything
control of it. It's not like you're going to lose sight of.
yeah, you don't want to get
Jobs and
overwhelmed
stuff.
Right? Yeah.
Definitely not. The only thing I'd ever get overwhelmed with is too much work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with that, I just still tell people we're a few weeks out.
Yeah.
Shoot me a message when you're ready.
We'll get it done.
Then
Yeah.
When we get there, we might not,
Yeah.
that's the only thing that's ever held me back, kind of, is just
Yep.
not being able to get there exactly when I want to.
So getting into like the bigger tree stuff, how was it like learning that? Like were you like researching constantly on like the right type of rigging to use, or like watching videos? Like how did you even like find out how to do a tree that scale, like near a house? I mean that must have been like, obviously like we kind of knew each other, but it's like you're going to people's houses you don't know from a hole in the wall,
Right.
Like on the town pages, like somebody asked for trees, like 50 people are tagging you, and like maybe there'll be like one or two other guys here and there. Like you're the guy in town.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I'll be honest with you, it just kind of all made sense when I started learning it.
Yeah.
I just really found interest in getting these trees over people's houses and stuff like that. Especially, like you said, over the houses in the bucket truck. That's what I really like to do.
Yeah. Like kind of having to think about the strategy of how you're going to do it.
Right. Throw the rope through the crotch and kind of come down, and, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It works out pretty good.
Yeah. And it seems like that main guy you have, you guys obviously work well together and, get it done.
Yeah.
Especially communicating from up in the air to down there. It's like a whole thing.
He's like my, I call him my little big, I call him the big brother I've never had.
Yeah.
And I'm the little brother he's never had because
Yep.
he's a little older than me.
Yep.
So he's 36.
Yep.
He's a fantastic worker.
No, that's awesome that you have
Happy to
that.
have him. And I got a guy that's in the shop all the time, and then if I need him on the field, he's there. And then, like I said, we usually have kind of freelance climbers, pretty much in and out, crane guys all week. So it's pretty busy.
How long till you started till you got like the shop and everything? Like, were you just starting to slowly build up equipment?
Yeah, you're saying it like at my geez, it probably couple of years.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah, I got a small shop in Middleborough. It was tiny.
Yep.
But it was such a wicked good deal. It was only a few $100s.
And kind of nice to keep it not at your house, so you can go home and be away from
Separate
work.
yourself, yeah.
That's kind of the whole idea. Me and my wife had a decent house. My wife technically has the nice house.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
but it just works. I don't really want all my equipment at my house.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Yeah, it's nice
You
to
know,
disconnect when you're
That's
not
kinda-
working.
Yeah. We're gonna build a nice shop eventually, but
Nice.
that's kind of the whole idea. You want to like work and you want to always have a place to kind of
Be able to
relax.
separate yourself.
Yeah,
for
a
sure,
retreat
yeah.
from it.
Especially from doing stuff like
I've
that.
talked to my wife about this about grooming. I'm like, why don't we just do something in the house? Like, I'll build you a grooming salon. And she's like, no.
No, she wants to
Close
come home
She's
from
like,
work.
I just want to separate it. I said, no, we're cool. I don't care. I don't have to build none. Great.
Yeah.
I seen
Good answer.
Oh, you're going to build it just somewhere else.
Right. Yeah. Fuck.
Sorry, buddy.
Or someday you could put a grooming place next to the house. You could rent that house out.
Yeah, true.
That's
You know
true.
what I mean?
That's true.
That's true.
Rental properties where the money is.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck.
That's actually what my groomer does. Grooming Dales in Lakeville.
Oh, that's where I go too.
Yeah, exactly. Well, she might. I don't know. No idea. But
Yeah.
I know that their grooming's right there.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
I think it's their
Yeah.
house. I assume
Probably,
so.
yeah.
Maybe. But I mean, geez.
Yeah,
It's
my
perfect.
mom's dog goes there. That's where we go to.
Yeah. So shout out to Grooming Dales.
Yeah, best name ever too. It's
Yeah,
hilarious.
it's pretty good.
That's and
pretty good.
Can I be honest with you? That's the only thing that I kind of regret is I don't have I mean, I guess Dwight's Tree Service is catchy, but I wish I could have something wicked catchy like that. But it's
Yeah.
already stuck. You know what I mean?
It's definitely stuck. And
Yeah.
Dwight. And,
Yeah, but
and
Dwight's is easy.
yeah.
Like,
That's
people
true.
remember
and,
that.
and Dwight's demo had a nice ring to it,
It did.
too. With the
Dwight's
double
demo,
D's.
sure.
Yeah.
It did
Yeah.
have a nice ring.
So how did
That's
Dwight's
the key.
demo come into? How did Dwight's demo and Dwight's Tree Service? Where does the name come from?
That's my middle name.
That's your middle name.
Yes.
Yep.
Nice.
So that's why my name's Zachary Dwight. If people ask.
Yep.
So how'd you make the jump from union HVAC work to
I was just gonna.
going
I was
into
very
your-
curious when you said you were in the union and then you left, which is I find I don't feel like a lot of people leave the union.
I didn't leave. You know what I mean? I was in there for a few years. I
Yeah.
did my thing, but I don't know. I just kinda,
Wanted to work for yourself.
Yeah.
I get it.
Kind of wanted to.
Yeah.
And honestly, anyone that's in the union, it's an amazing trade. My uncle's in it. My whole
Yeah,
family's in
I got
it.
a few friends in it. They
Yeah.
fucking love it.
Yeah.
I'm not in it, but they love it.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, there's pros and there's cons to everything
Sure,
in life.
for sure. Yeah.
And honestly, if I had a family young or something like that, and I didn't have the time to figure it out, like
Yeah.
the long nights and stuff like that, yeah, absolutely.
Roll
But
back.
solid
yeah.
paycheck,
Interesting.
yeah.
Yeah.
honestly, like I said, there's pros and cons to everything. That's it.
Yeah, being able to. I mean, you obviously have a lot of work and you get long days, but being able to make your own schedule and choose where you want to be.
When you're out there cutting trees and decide to enjoy a soda, make sure it's a Coke, not a Pepsi. I
Yeah.
agree 100%. Coke Zero, sir.
Yep.
Coke Zero.
Yes.
Oh man.
Shouts to Nick B in the chat. Thanks
Oh,
for
yeah.
jumping in.
Thanks for jumping in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
thanks.
actually did a whole
Yeah.
We've had a
Coke
couple
and
of
Pepsi
offs about
thing.
Coke and
So,
Pepsi.
so Mark's a rum and
That's
Coke
actually
guy.
Coke.
Yeah, and he calls
Normally
it,
I'm a Pepsi guy.
but he calls it rum and Coke.
Well, that's just what you order because that's how it originated.
Because
like, you're
it's
so
the
upset
answer.
about this.
And he calls it rum and Coke, and then he buys Pepsi.
You know what? I ordered a rum and Coke the other day. This was at Central.
Okay.
I said I'll get a rum and Coke, Captain of Coke. They're like, no problem. People everywhere they go, I'll have a Coke. She goes, oh, we have Pepsi. It wasn't even a question. What I was like, it was
How am I
like,
getting a Captain and Coke if all you have is Pepsi?
I just found that so strange.
That's
She was like, "Yeah, we're just gonna
hilarious.
give this motherfucker Pepsi. Who gives a
Yeah,
shit?"
he's
Which
not
is
gonna know the
fine.
difference.
Yeah.
But they're
He's
like,
drinking
"Oh,
Captain.
we have Pepsi. Is that okay?" They're like, "Yeah, that's fine." I'm like, She didn't fucking ask me.
Yeah, let's face it. You're
I'm
getting a
paying
glass
more
of rum
for
with
the
a
drink.
splash. Yeah.
You didn't go there for the Coke or the Pepsi.
No,
let's be
you're right.
honest.
You're
Yeah,
okay. You know, this guy. But Coke Zero. You like Coke Zero?
Yeah, I'm kind of one of those guys that, I think I'm doing better with drinking Diet Coke and shit,
right.
but I'm probably not. I should probably just drink regular Coke.
The sugar's better for you
I
than
just said the
non-sugar.
other day, I'm like, I've always been a Pepsi guy, and now like I don't know, like now sometimes Coke is just delicious.
Because I got in your head about it.
Is it you? You're the problem?
Yeah.
All right, well, this is my last podcast, guys.
Honestly,
John's really fucking ruined my life.
if I was to choose, I would definitely choose Coke.
Yeah.
Always.
But yeah.
But I wouldn't, if I was craving a cola, I wouldn't not get it over Pepsi.
Right.
But I like a Coke more.
Yeah. But hold on.
I get that.
Mountain Dew from Pepsi. So it's like,
Yeah, I would.
I was never a Mountain Dew guy.
Oh, really? Oh, my
I
God.
love
It's
Mountain
so
Dew.
good.
No.
So good. You get the real sugar
It
one,
just
man.
burned.
It fucking
It just,
hits
I don't know
right.
what it was. It just did not agree with
It
me.
burned?
Yeah, it just,
Oh
I
my
don't
God.
know. It didn't work out.
I drank so
like
much
the burn.
Mountain Dew, I was probably sterile already, and I still got a vasectomy. Like,
We are doubling down
I
now.
drank so much Mountain Dew, it was ridiculous. It was so good. And then, like, a couple of years ago, they came out with, like, the pure sugar Mountain Dew again. Like, they were like, hey, this isn't great sugar, but this is what you originally got, and it's delicious. It was good.
When they started going into like the different colors and the different versions of Mountain
Yeah,
Dew, I'm like,
that's,
this
I
is-
can't get on
Oh,
board.
This is
Baja
wild
Blast
right now.
is
Yeah.
so good.
Can't, is it?
I
Isn't
love a
that good?
Baja Blast, yeah.
it's really good. You got to get it from Taco Bell.
Yeah, it's the only way.
OG.
It doesn't
Yellow
taste the
vomit.
same. if it's not from there. Yellow vomit water. Oh, man.
All right.
All
We're
right.
going down a hole here.
Frank's
We're,
just
we're going
trolling
down
right now.
the soda
Yeah.
We're
hole.
going down a soda pop hole.
So obviously you're learning all this stuff as you go. Like you said, it takes years to improve, and that's just part of it came naturally to you as far as the rigging and getting trees away from houses. Obviously, with all this equipment, like the safety aspect of it's huge. You're dealing with a lot of dangerous shit.
Yeah, for sure.
A tree could fall on you. You're up in the air in a bucket. You're rigging trees with ropes, dealing with saws. I know, like, with anything like that, like, stuff's going to happen. Have you had, like, any bad scares with that?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. We've had some stuff happen, but, we just got to get through it and we'll learn from our mistakes and just
Sure.
kind of go on. That's all. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So,
So
yeah.
let's say,
And that's, I know when you were
I'm
at my
upside
house,
down.
you're
This
in.
is bad. This is really bad. Yeah.
I know you're wearing
Yeah.
you got a helmet on.
yeah.
That's,
for sure.
that's
So
what
kind
you
of
do. Yeah.
the big thing on me keeping it small, though, too. You know what I mean? I always kind of want to be there and make sure everything's under control.
Yeah, and that's the thing. People get complacent. It's like, you get comfortable doing this. Oh, I do this every day. Oh, I should use this whatever PPE, but that's fine. I do this every day. I'll be
Yeah.
fine.
what do you require your guys to have? So you do a lot of bucket work, you said
Yeah.
yourself. So let's say, do you do a lot of, do you do a lot of on-call stuff, like when there's a storm and stuff?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So what is the wind limit for you to go up in a bucket?
That's a good question.
Yeah. That's safe enough for
I
your
would say
crew.
probably 15, 20 miles an hour.
15, 20,
to be honest
yeah.
with you. Yeah.
That's
once you-
it's a strong fucking wind.
Yeah, it
man.
is.
Yeah.
It's not
Doesn't sound like much, but it's
It
fucking
is.
blowing.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you see the kind of trees moving a little bit much, we won't really go out.
Yeah.
And,
Because
we don't-
15-20 on the ground is different than 15-20.
Yes.
25 feet in the air.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, even today, yesterday, it was kind of blowing a little bit. And I'm like, me and my foreman always looking up, like,
Yeah. Maybe today's not the day for this one.
Yeah.
Go up.
Maybe we'll
5
rake the
feet,
leaves
5
today.
feet.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'd rather be a pussy than,
No,
not
you don't wanna
yeah,
get
yeah,
hurt.
yeah.
There's no value in getting hurt,
Yeah.
right?
No. Yeah.
Yeah,
literally.
you can't put you guys in danger. I
So,
get that.
Honestly, the big thing was the heat kind of the last couple of years. to be
God.
honest
Oh,
with you. I
So
kinda
this
know-
must be like your time to shine right now. You're starting to cool off a little bit.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I like
Good
the
tree
heat,
weather.
but
Yeah.
I love the heat, but
I saw your post the other day about that. I'm the same way, man. I'm not. You'll never hear me complain about
Right.
heat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, don't get me wrong. When it's like 95 out and kind of
Yeah.
hot, and we're doing with what we do, we have to move no matter what. I just kind of worry about other people. So when it's kind of hot like that, we start early and we end early for sure. Because
Yeah. Try to beat the sun in the morning.
no matter what, we gotta be moving. So I don't want anyone to have heat stroke or nothing like that.
No.
My favorite shift was 6 to 2. That was the.
When there's big storms, they have trees down. That's a good
Yeah.
question.
The question
So-
was, do you get hired by the city or township or electric companies when there's big storms and have trees down? That's from Nick B in the
Probably
chat.
gonna look into that the next year or two. But to be honest with you, off the record, my it's still on the record. But
Yeah, this is live. It's not off.
he works for the. My couple of my cousins work for the town.
Yep.
They're really not supposed to say anything, but
Yeah.
you know, something happens and that they can't take care of, they know who they're
Sure.
gonna call. But
Yeah.
Barnes Tree Service in town takes care of it, and I'm actually friends with a couple of guys that work there. So
Oh,
it works out,
sweet.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I imagine in a
They
town
do it
like
the
ours.
plows, like so we have so many plows, and then if there's a big storm, we'll add this many more.
Yeah,
on
they
that
outsource
list,
some.
and then they'll keep going down the list till
Our
until they have what
municipal
they need.
services. I mean, we have our own town gas and electric, and they're awesome guys. You know.
And I'll be honest, I'd rather I kind of like working for people and kind of running around more or less.
Yeah.
But if we get some big storms coming up, I'll probably start traveling more. I've been kind of
Yeah.
talking to the guys about traveling now that my stuff's actually decent to drive now. You know,
Yeah.
Now that we know
that's the
to
thing.
make it there.
Yeah. Yeah, but when you got,
I'll be honest with you.
let's face it. I mean,
Changing
bucket
the alternator on the
Yeah.
side of 95.
but
Yeah.
bucket trucks aren't
2
cheap.
times, yeah.
Yeah,
You
bucket
rebuild
trucks
it,
aren't cheap.
yeah.
So when you're, you know,
Gotta
you got a
make that
radius,
money.
and Middleborough is
Gotta
a big
make that
town.
money.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
trees just in Middleborough.
Yeah. Well,
So
and honestly, it works out sometimes. Cause I got a couple guys like we did a job in where was it, Swansea or something like that.
Okay,
which,
yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
it's not
like
far,
South
but
Coast, yeah.
probably 35 minutes from the shop. But
Yeah.
I said to my buddy, hey, can you meet us over there? He met us over there.
Yep.
You know, worked out great.
Perfect.
With his bucket.
oh, nice.
So it worked out great. Yeah.
Yep. So you have other guys that kind of have smaller independent gigs like
I'll,
yours.
I'll work with anyone.
Yeah.
If the way you treat me, I'll treat you. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I don't care. We're all here to make money.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I was
we
gonna say.
don't
So
wanna
you
go
said
home.
that other company that does some stuff for the town. Obviously, there's only so many tree guys in one small town, so you probably know everybody after a short time.
Yeah. I mean, a shout out to a couple of the small guys I work with. Beaver Tree Works, I've been working with. He's a nice, awesome company.
Yeah.
Like I said, my buddy Ryan, he's Goulet's Tree Service. Basically, a couple guys like that. A&A Crane,
Yep.
Eric's Crane Service, stuff like that. That's what I use for cranes. So, you know,
Nice.
kind of a tight little circle, but be honest with you, a lot of those guys use each other. So,
So did you get like a crash?
Well, that's it. It's
Yeah.
almost nicer because you get 5 or 6 little companies that all have a specialty.
Yeah.
Oh, I need this guy. We can bring him in, subcontract out. And then they need you, and you go over there and help them.
They got a slow day and you're double booked.
yeah.
yeah. It's still at the end of the day. I mean, I would never consider myself a contractor at all.
Yeah.
But, you know, we gotta line in pretty much everything to, you know, I gotta
Yeah,
line
you
in
gotta get
But
the
your
job
boots
done.
on the ground every day though.
When you-
yeah.
when you
You're
sub
not
it
sitting in
out-
an office dispatch and stuff.
You sub it out. You put
I
a
never
vig
will
on
be.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You sub it out. You put a vig on it, and you make free money. Really, like because you're not doing the work. You don't have to pay the labor. Right? It's perfect. It's a perfect world.
So with the with trees especially now, there's like a whole science to the types of trees and all that kind of stuff. Over the years that you've been doing this, are you learning like more about the different types of wood and like the wood that people are after? Because somehow, obviously, like as a homeowner, you go to an older couple's house and I don't like that this drops leaves on my car on the driveway, and it's like, oh shit, like I know my like lumber mill guy.
That's
is
like a
gonna
red
love this
ash or
stuff.
some
Yeah, like
random tree.
have you like learned more about that kind of stuff just automatically from doing this?
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much explained it, yeah, from
Yeah.
doing the stuff. But to be honest with you, there's hundreds and hundreds of trees. Like I've looked at a few things. I'm like, oh, this is like a cherry tree. My buddy's like, that's a weeping willow something cherry tree. I'm like, okay, dude, thanks.
Yeah, and there's so many variations of all of them.
Right,
It's
right.
insane.
But to be honest with you, with what we do, excuse me, a lot of pine trees, cherry trees,
Yep.
and the ash trees are the kind of those trees that have been dying.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can kind of notice in the big, like kind of like the white with the green on them a little bit.
Yeah.
So the last like 10 years, even before I got into this, I do a lot of ash trees like that.
Yeah.
And, like just you kind of go about it, but like
Yeah.
I said, there's hundreds and hundreds of different kinds of trees, but it's mostly pines and ash and
Oh shit.
big oak trees.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Is there an average cost per tree? Is it mostly case by case? Pretty much case by case.
Proximity to the tree with other stuff, obstacles obviously is a big thing, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, big open field. You drop it and chop it and see you later. Or
They could fall in any
wheel
direction,
in
it doesn't
between
matter.
houses,
Yeah.
yeah.
and I'll be honest with you, sometimes what some people consider a tree isn't even a tree. I
Yeah.
go into a house and they're like, oh, I got a tree next to my my deck, and it's a bush.
Yeah. It's like,
Shout out to Uncle
Oh
Rick.
fucking
Yeah.
Christ.
That's a dog word, sir.
Yeah.
yeah.
He just pulled it up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you might need a
grab it
bucket
and
truck
go.
for this
Yeah.
one. It's like,
I'll
dude,
send you a bill.
It's like
Like,
11
yeah.
feet high. Yeah.
that's a rhododendron.
Oh
But-
shit.
And I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
No.
it all adds up.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta
Sure.
keep everyone happy. No
Just
matter
because it
what.
doesn't matter to you doesn't mean it's not a problem for that person, right? So you're just there to do a job.
Excuse me, I asked the professional.
Yeah.
Yeah, Craig, you got some trees you want down. That's my brother. He just bought a house in Middleborough, actually, not too long ago. Yep.
Yeah.
Haven't asked
He's
for
just
the
no.
beauty.
You
Yeah,
know,
see. That's
Oh, okay. What?
perfect. Ash beetles.
Yep.
That's it.
So we have those here?
That's pretty. That's what kind of hit the trees years ago, and the butter. It just there's so many different bugs that went in there.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna bullshit you guys. I don't know the exact.
Yeah,
science.
you're not a bug guy. Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Okay, so Paul, that's a good segue. One of my other things I was just like brainstorming things I wanted to talk about. I never write it out because I don't want to be like reading off a list of questions. That's why I said this is just us hanging at a table. We don't have a major agenda.
Oh, that's Amanda. That's Foreman Mike's girlfriend.
Oh, what's up,
teamwork
Amanda?
makes the dream work. That is
Yeah.
true.
And actually,
Amanda.
shout
Thanks for
out
joining
to-
us.
yeah,
I feel
shout
like
out
that's
to
more true
Amanda.
in tree work than any other industry.
Yeah.
Almost. Seriously.
And she's actually a great part of the team as well because sometimes she's a truck driver as well. So
Oh,
sometimes
sweet.
if she gets out of work, I'll be like, "Hey, can you move my trailer?"
Yeah.
Perfect. She'll hook right up to it.
That's
She'll hook
awesome.
right up to the fucking thing and go. I'm like, "Are you kidding?"
Yeah.
She backs right up, doesn't complain, and
Oh, I tow like once a year, and I am sweating every time I
Yeah,
do it. I
you were
hate
telling
it.
me.
I don't like
Yeah.
towing, man.
I love it. It's my favorite thing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Backing in my boat, jet skis and stuff. My buddy's like, "How do you do that?" I'm
It's
like,
easy
"God, I do it
shit,
every
right?
day."
It's
Yeah,
easy
I like
shit.
it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like doing it. Yeah.
I'm sure if I did it more, I need to just get a little flatbed that I can tow my cars with. But
I think
just,
you're over.
Dude, the
you're
bigger the
overthinking-
trailer, the easier it
You're
is.
just
Put
overthinking.
a short
what
trailer
you're
on the back of
doing.
your
Yeah.
truck. You're just fighting it the whole time.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, the worst part is backing in, but you just gotta just use those mirrors and just do your thing.
Yep.
Honestly, the longer the trailer, the easier. Though,
Easier.
for
Yeah.
sure,
Yeah.
When it's short like that, it kind of sucks.
I
Yeah.
hate using my mirrors. I always look backwards.
I
And
know.
then I don't know why.
My foreman
I
Jill
don't know
and I,
what
man.
it is, but I turn around just like I'm backing up into a parking spot, and I'm
Right.
like,
Hey,
Easy.
that works
I do
for
the
you.
same thing,
yeah, yeah.
So-
it's different everyone.
On the topic that Paul asked for, so bugs, critters and trees in general, bees is what I'm thinking. We get around here, I mean everywhere, but around here we get those like bald-faced hornets and stuff. And man, sometimes you don't notice it, but you look 30 feet up in a tree and there's some crazy hornets nests and stuff. You must see some shit like that, right?
You know what? I hope you didn't just jinx me.
you,
Because
you haven't yet?
Oh man.
as the thousands and thousands of trees I've taken down, I've seen squirrels. I've seen
Yeah.
obviously cats.
Yeah.
I've seen bats. I've seen hawks. I've seen every probably
cool.
animal imaginable. I've not seen a bee's. Yes.
Really?
Never come out.
Well,
wow.
hold on. One time we cut a tree down.
Yep.
At what is that? Shoot, it's the hotel over by Walmart. You go down.
Oh, the Marriott, Courtyard Marriott?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we had all those storms.
Yeah.
I cut a tree down. I cut it down, and bees nests started going everywhere.
Oh, man.
So I'm
I'll be in the truck.
Yeah.
But no, I've never gone in a tree.
Wow.
Seen a bee's nest.
Well, I hope I
can't
didn't
believe
jinx
it.
you.
I know.
John just ruined.
He comes back next
Sean
time.
just ruined the rest of the
his
year for
face is
you.
all swelled
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is though sometimes is it's not even a problem. I mean, it kind of separates. I think the men from the boys is we'll get those squirrels and stuff like that, and even the baby squirrels, and
Yeah.
I would never put out any names or something, but just throw them in the chipper. None of my.
Oh
guys.
my God.
Hey, none
Yeah.
of my guys.
Yeah.
Maybe people around.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
No.
I've actually probably
Can't
found.
chip a squirrel. That's not right.
No, I've actually probably found a homes for a few of these animals.
That's nice.
That's awesome.
Birds and stuff like that. We've saved a lot of wildlife.
Dwight's
Yeah.
random pet sanctuary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
you can
drive-
sleep at night after that.
Right,
Yeah.
a little bit. I drive down the road, I see a squirrel or something, I avoid it. I do.
I was cutting the grass a few years ago, and I pulled I didn't pull it out, but the lawnmower pulled a baby rabbit out of the
Oh
hole.
shit. You
And then I was just like, no. I wish it did kill it because it was worse being alive. It was like in rough shape. I felt so bad. I was like,
God.
oh man. But it sucked it right out of the hole. It was like, must have been newborn. Oh.
shit.
We
And I
actually
didn't see it on that pass. I saw it on the way back, and I'm like, oh no. Yeah, that was not a good day.
Just put it in
We caught this hawk across the street from my house I don't know, like 6 months ago or something. Oh, in February, actually, yeah. Yeah, it was pretty cool. We saw the thing like hobbling around the woods and just sitting on the side of the road for a while. And then like some woman like posted on the town page that she was walking a dog. And so I'm like, man, I saw that hawk like 3 hours ago. And sure enough, it was still up there. We ended up like finding a rehabber and we caught it in a bin.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's really cool. One of my friends actually got one stuck in, I think like a bird cage or something like that, or a chicken coop.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, they're beautiful birds.
I miss the predatory birds in my neighborhood because they used to kill all the mice.
Yeah.
Now they're gone because they
Yep.
built a solar field and they all flew away, and now I got mice everywhere.
And we caught this in the garage the other day, hummingbird.
Oh, hummingbird. Wow.
I still can't believe she snagged that thing. She's
It
quick.
got
hands.
so tired.
She's got quick
It was-
fucking hands.
This thing was
Cassie
in the
hand caught
garage.
that.
It was in the garage for like 4 hours.
Like a goddamn ninja.
And it was just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And it couldn't figure out that it needed to go down and under the door. It kept trying to go out, and it would go above the door. So it got so tired, it landed on the railing, and she went up on the ladder and snatched it. But yeah, so the wildlife thing in general must be so cool to see, like at their level, like bird. I mean, it sucks that you're like cutting down a tree that has a bird's nest in it, but at the same time, like seeing it must be cool.
I mean, even little things like we saw, well, not little, we saw a big snapping turtle today dumping the chips.
I was just saying, in a tree.
Frogs, so many frogs,
yeah.
which we love the frogs. Snakes every day.
Yep.
You know,
Absolutely not.
We get some big snakes around us that people don't realize, like those northern water snakes that you always see, like the herring run and stuff.
Yeah.
People like once a year somebody's posting that online, like, oh, I found this water moccasin. Like, no, it's a northern water snake.
yeah. But yeah, that's kind of like a big part because we all have dogs. Pretty much almost everyone that works for me or all my friends, we all have dogs. I got 2 Springer Spaniels at home.
Those are awesome
Mike's
dogs.
got like 4 dogs.
Yep.
So we all just got a bunch of animals and stuff. So we're just really animal lovers, pretty much.
Yeah. No squirrels in the chipper around here.
No, actually,
Not on purpose, anyway.
Yeah.
You know what's really funny? A wedding gift that we got. My friend got me a stuffed squirrel.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I
that's great.
immediately threw it through the
couldn't
chipper
believe it.
just for fun. Yeah.
My wife kind of wanted to. She's like, what is that?
That would have been the greatest.
Well,
Just,
hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. This is going to make it even better. I can't believe I forgot this part.
Yeah.
We came home one day, just did all the windows. Well, not the windows. We did all the trim inside the house.
Yep.
I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
Hey, all the trim's all ripped up. All the trim's ripped up. All the windows are all scratched up. I look around. There's a fucking squirrel running around my house.
In your house?
Yep.
Oh,
Came in through the chimney chute. So make sure you get your chimney caps on this winter.
yeah.
Um,
I haven't had that yet. I had a bat in the
Insane.
house.
I had a bat in the house too.
dude, did you hear about Dan had 2 bats in the house?
Yeah. Cassie also caught that with an oven mitt.
Wow.
What
She's
the
an
fuck
exterminator
is
or
this?
something.
What is the deal?
I'm calling her next time I have a critter in the house. Cassie,
Yeah,
get over
the
here.
squirrel.
I was told there was a bat in my house. I grabbed my fishing net. I grabbed a wiffle ball bat.
Oh,
I'm not sure what else to do. That
No
before
big
I
deal.
started
And hopped
trashing
on an oven
things.
mitt and just fucking snatched the thing.
I sat on
Yeah.
the mantle by the fireplace, and then it just actually just flew out the door. I'm like, thank God.
Man, a squirrel in the
I'm like, I
house.
would've- I was
Were your dogs bugging out? Were they in the house?
Well, yeah, that's the problem. So the boy's not. I don't know. There's something up with
What
it.
kind of dogs you got?
Springer Spaniels.
Yeah.
I'll show you.
Okay, yeah.
Right there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Of course they're bugging out.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
they must have been losing.
I
it.
don't think did I have her yet? I don't think so. I think I just had him, but he's not really a hunting dog for some reason. But what we did is I just basically put a trap out.
Yep.
And it didn't catch it at first, but I had to put a towel over the trap.
To trick it.
Yeah, to make it look like kind of like dark or whatever.
Cave. Yeah.
I came home, it's all like sucked in. I'm like,
Oh, I got it.
I got it. And it was a kind of a big motherfucker. That thing was like,
Yeah,
this
they get big.
fat. You kind of don't
Yeah.
realize how big they are.
You don't see them up close.
Right,
Yeah.
because they're moving so fast. And I'm like,
Fucking tree rats.
holy fuck.
Yeah.
And everyone's like making jokes like, you fucking taking their trees out, they're taking yours out.
Yeah, exactly. That was karma.
He's upstairs dragging your bed out like,
Right.
fuck you.
Yeah, ripping everything apart. So that's why my
Man.
friend actually got me that stuff.
That's funny. That's
And
good.
That's a great wedding
It's
gift.
awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So on the topic of bats, I had bats in my house. I heard we were out in the backyard grilling, and we heard this little squeaking, and I'm like, oh man, it's coming from up there. I'm like, maybe a mouse, something. So I put the ladder up against the house, climb up the back of the house, and I'm like hearing so much movement behind the siding. They were like up on the eaves, and I had recently, at the time, a few years ago, got new neighbors. The house that's like behind, you saw my house, that we have like
Yeah.
an easement. So the people that moved in behind me, the guy actually owns his own pest control company. Yeah, it's called Smart Pest Control. Shouts to Mike. They are awesome. He's right in town, obviously. So he came. He put some like special trap doors on my eaves. They're called like bat doors, and it's like a cone because they're blind, so they can climb out of this cone. But the exit hole's so small they can't fly back into it.
Oh, that's perfect.
So every night they all go out to feed, and then they can't come back in. So I was telling him like, oh well, we got a bat house. We were gonna put it up in the woods to draw them away. And he was like, that is the worst thing you can do. people always put these bat houses up on the trees thinking that they're going to help. What they do is they move in the bat house, 20 feet from your house or wherever you end up putting it, and they live in there. 80% of the time, it's fine. Then they mate and they want to have babies.
Yep.
They want it to be 10, 15 degrees warmer than that bat house is. What's the next warmest thing close to that? Your house. So they just fly in your house.
Wow.
Fucking nuts.
Crazy.
I remember we were driving the bucket truck one time, and a rat started walking across the windshield.
Oh.
Just
Do you
living
think
in
it,
the
do you
truck.
think it came with the
my
truck or
God.
came with a tree?
Oh no, I've had the truck for like 5 years.
Okay, it's one that you had for a while. Yeah.
It was actually right after the winter though, so it was definitely the same case though.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
they're
same
doing.
thing,
They're
right.
going to
Look into the
warmest
warmth,
part.
especially
Yeah,
like you park the
it's
truck at
crazy.
the end of the day. They clamp on the motor.
Right. It
No.
was so fucking funny.
That happens. Sometimes you start the lawnmower and you just see guts fly out of the side. It's because a mouse went to go live in the motor after you parked it the last time.
Yeah, I was riding. I got a jet ski off my buddy, kind of going a little slow. I opened the hood, and it's like rat. Like, shaking.
yeah.
Like, I mean, it was just sitting for a year,
They're-
just all in the intake.
The rat's
Yep.
a motherfucker.
Like, listen,
Yeah.
is it illegal to kill a bat there?
So
it illegal?
yeah. So
Wow.
bats. There are rules about when you can. The bat doors you can use, like the things that he put up, he didn't physically remove them or kill them or anything like that. That would technically be illegal. So what we were able to do was just put these doors on that are like a one-way door that they are able to go out but not come back in. So we were able to do that. But yeah, you can't physically you couldn't go up in the attic and kill them or
Right.
put some chemical that would kill them technically. And there's
They're
certain
protected
months.
in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, they're protected here too.
Are
There's
they?
certain months that you can't do.
I don't know the answer to that. So
I don't know the
I'm not sure.
specifics, but there's certain months that you can't use certain methods. That is true.
I got you. So it's just like hunting.
And I'm not going to discuss what month it happened at my house and what.
It was definitely within
Either-
guidelines.
specifics.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
either way, you used.
But no, we used the bat doors.
You did what you're supposed to, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but yeah, we used the bat doors and they left and didn't come back to my
I was gonna
knowledge.
say, I feel like they really don't do much. They don't really fuck around with much, don't they? You know
No,
what
I mean, the
That's-
one-
Yeah.
No, the
Yeah.
only thing
I
is
mean,
that they
once they're
scratch you or
in,
bite you.
yeah,
You got to go with the
yeah.
rabies.
Yeah,
So-
that's kind of true.
I'll
That's-
take my risk.
But yeah, I mean,
well,
how
no,
often
yeah.
does that happen? It doesn't happen very often.
It's great because
so-
they eat the mosquitoes, but
Yeah.
I gotta say, if I got bit by a bat, I'd be in
so
a full panic.
so here's the thing. So
So,
Turn
yeah.
into a fucking vampire.
the
like,
one that
seriously, what?
the one that we found in the house was in the living room, and we were upstairs, and I heard commotion downstairs and the dogs barking. So we went downstairs, and it was just flying around the living room. And that's the one. Cassie snatched it, and we got it out of there. But I have friends up in Vermont, and they woke up to a bat in their bedroom, and they called an exterminator to come get it and check the house and everything. Well, that exterminator did what they have to do legally, and they reported it that the bat was in there.
3 a.m. There are no rules, Nick B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that Becker?
I got a tennis racket. No.
Yeah, if they're in your house flying around at 3 a.m.,
Yeah, no,
I
he-
don't know if I'm gonna try and save it. Yeah.
He's 100% right.
Yeah.
The rules are out. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
after midnight.
We are-
You're on your own
We are
until
doing batting
until
practice.
9,
Well-
I say 9 a.m.
Well, here's the moral of the story: is I have these friends. They called an exterminator. They did what they needed to do. Legally, they had to report it because they woke up and the bat was in the room they were sleeping in. So they can't
They
say
don't know they
that the
weren't.
bat didn't land on them or scratch them or touch them. The state made them get a full rabies shot panel. Yeah. My wife absolutely had to
Yeah.
get it. I wasn't going to get
John,
it.
no
I
one,
shouldn't.
no, Craig,
I
no
don't
one
catch
questions
bats.
the man in this
Yeah.
relationship.
Craig,
I'm not questioning who the man in this relationship
Craig,
is.
if you've been
yeah.
listening, he's been
Yeah.
made that very clear.
Yeah, several
Okay?
times.
She's the one catching the animals, not me. But yeah, so they ended up having to get the full it was like a 10-shot series each because they
No,
couldn't.
I'm not
yeah.
reporting anything. I'm kind of like.
I guess that's the moral of the story. Is if you're confident that the bat didn't bite you, don't tell anybody
I mean,
if
you
you
would
wake
know.
up with a
I
bat
feel like
in
you
your
would
bedroom.
know.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that's a bite. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't know what that was.
Yeah, right. You wake up and there's just two
Right?
puncture
And then
marks.
you-
Like, oh, I
yeah.
don't know what that happened. Yeah.
You gotta know. Fuck yeah.
So obviously, there's a lot of layers to this. So you're finding critters in the trees. Zach does the right thing. He's not chipping critters.
Right. No, I don't.
You find a bat in a tree, you're not
I
chipping
would
a bat.
like to believe a lot of tree guys aren't chipping critters if they see them.
I don't know.
Be fucking surprised.
I would.
You'd be
I mean,
surprised, I
Oh
bet.
my god!
Some sick
So
fucks
those
out
are just
there.
ex-cons, is what that is.
Yeah. Oh, that's like when you're mowing the lawn. I see a toad. It's like, yeah.
I mean, it's just little shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I do love my wildlife, and I
Yeah.
love my dogs, love my cats. and
All you
shit
can do
like
is
that.
try, right? Like things happen, like
Yeah.
accidentally,
Yeah, right,
snows,
right.
like whatever. But if, your best effort to
Right.
do things the right way,
That's a little bit. I
can
do.
sleep at night.
I would chip some beef.
I would ship some
Yeah,
beans
I
for
hate
sure.
yeah.
Oh boy.
I think anything with fur. So if it's like a
Yeah.
bug like that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, I'm gonna say. Even sometimes I see a bunch of ants.
I would chip spiders.
Hey, I shake the log for a second. All right, you guys can all get out of here. Then that's fair game. And after like a second,
Yeah.
the ants are going. You know what I mean? All the bugs are going.
No, we're not saying we're chipping critters.
Chipping critters, man.
Nothing with fur.
Nothing with fur.
Nothing with fur. That's for sure.
I mean,
Craig, next
I
band, next
No
band I
fur,
start, I
that's
was
for
going to call you called Chipping Critters.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's an alt rock
I love
jazz
John.
band. Yeah,
John's like just making band names up
All the time.
constantly.
Yeah.
Be driving like that's a good band name.
that's a good band.
I'd be like,
name.
you want a piece of gum? Good band name.
So, what are some things with this business that you might not think about? That it's like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
That other people.
I like that. That's a
Yeah.
good question.
Good question too. Yeah, I like it too.
Like as someone, you come and look at a house, and we're just like, we just like to get that tree down, and then you're like, there's some other fucking. You got
Yeah.
a lot of shit.
Like,
here.
that tree
Yeah.
is not on your property.
Yeah.
I cannot
Sometimes-
do that. Yeah.
It happens every day. You know what I mean? I could be dealing with some people that just don't even know what they really want. But you know,
Yeah.
it's my job to educate them and let them know what needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, it's in my interest to get it done. I don't.
Yeah.
I've never hacked anything in my life. You know what I mean? I don't want to. D's tree's been chipping critters since 2020. I like it.
Pretty good.
But you know, you gotta treat everyone with the same respect. You know, I do jobs for people that might not be able to pay me right away, or I have jobs of people that say, I can write you a check for whatever you want, or
Yeah.
whatever the case may be. But a big thing that I've actually done that I like is I deal with a lot of neighbors that don't get along, and I
That's a
find that
huge
like a
problem.
tree overhanging a property line or something.
that, or it's like, oh, they're clearing out this fucking land, and I'm pissed at this, and
Yeah.
it's funny because what we try to do is explain to them why they're clean, because we really don't try to take too many trees out. We like to,
Sure.
if there's a couple, if we can save the tree, we're
You
gonna
want
save it.
natural vegetation where you can leave it for
Or-
shade,
or
whatever.
We want
Yeah.
some more work in the future. I'm just
Yeah,
being honest
exactly.
with you. We're
Yeah.
going to trim the tree, and we're going to come back in the future 10, 15 years and
Yeah.
take it down.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my plan.
Yeah.
I will prune and trim that, and
Right.
I'll
Yeah.
see you in 15.
Yeah.
15 years.
Yeah.
I've had people, you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
have numbers saved from people's addresses from 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But anyways, but a big thing is like some people just don't get along with each other, and I find that kind of hard to believe.
Yeah.
But or it's I really don't deal with kind of crazy stuff usually. People are usually pretty fair. To be honest with you, I mean, don't get me wrong, we've all had our fair share of
Yeah.
crazy.
Do you have
stuff,
situations though where like, Mark calls you to cut down a tree that's in his yard technically, and I want that tree, and I'm the next door neighbor, but it doesn't matter because it's not my land anyway, and they give you shit? Do you have people complaining, or you don't run into that too much?
I don't think I've no.
Well, they're not bothering you about it
It's usually
anyway.
never that close. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I usually won't even deal with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
A big thing is, their trees hanging over my house. I want to trim it up. Okay.
Yeah.
But
legally, you can trim to their property
to the
line,
property
right?
line,
Right.
But that'll
But-
ruin the tree,
And it looks
right? Yeah.
ridiculous
Here we go.
sometimes.
See
Yeah.
that he's got common sense. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I like this guy. That's not what I deal with though.
Yeah.
The problem is they're okay, trim it up, and just no, you can't fucking do that.
Yeah.
I gotta go on the other person's side, and
Right.
I gotta trim up and make it look. Oh, but I don't want you to do that. Okay,
Yeah.
but I'm not doing the fucking job.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just being honest. You know what I mean? That's kind of
Yeah, it's like, how about you call your neighbor and we'll get this done together?
Right.
Yeah.
That's, to be honest with you, what I don't like doing that.
Yeah.
to be
You don't
honest.
want to be the mediator.
No.
You
And
shouldn't have to be, truthfully.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
It should be.
You should have a price.
It should be
if
all
I'm
figured
cutting
out.
down the
Right.
tree, it's $100 an hour. If I'm mediating disputes, it's $500 an hour.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know. Judge Dwight.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should get a surveyor's license. too,
Dwight's
right?
judgment
Yeah.
service. That's your,
Well,
yeah.
I like talking to people. You know what I mean? It's fun.
Yeah.
I think I like hearing where people came from and what you got going on. You know.
Well, it's good too. I mean, you're in the customer service business. It's like, you're up in a tree, you're not talking to people all day, but dealing with customers is an art, and you got to do it tactfully.
Yeah.
Well, I get the times. That's one of my favorite times. Oh, I'm in the tree right now. Hey, hold on.
Yeah, Nick's got a good question.
Hold on.
It's
Oh,
a
we got a
great
couple
question.
things.
I know, Amanda.
Oh, there's two now.
Hold on. Do we have to document if you're around a residential area so people don't come past? Oh
Yeah, bringing equipment on like lawns and stuff. Like,
yeah.
Sure.
Oh yeah, I definitely. Yep, we invoice.
Take before pictures or whatever.
I gotta say, like with the equipment you use, it's fucking heavy. If you're bringing things like that, on but behind the house, like, I mean,
You gotta know what's
it's
gonna
almost
happen.
common
Yeah.
sense.
Right.
Like,
Right.
hey, my truck weighs fucking 26,000 fucking pounds.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
there's
You
a
might get
puddle
a- yeah,
already.
let me
I
tell
might
you,
sink
I know
this
you
fucker
brought
in
your
the axles.
Subaru around
Yeah,
there,
But you
to
know-
bring in the
yeah.
kids' playhouse.
Yeah.
but it's gonna sink here.
But you know now you've been doing this long enough where it's like, hey, it just rained for 3 days straight. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna warn you. I know you want to get this tree done today. You're gonna have some ruts in the grass,
Yeah.
probably.
Right.
And
Exactly.
you can warn them.
Right, and which is great because I got a couple guys that actually make dirt.
Oh,
which
sweet.
works out
Oh, there you
great.
go.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
hey, I'm gonna go steal a couple barrels full, which is usually not much more than that. And I got a buddy that owns, well, his dad actually owns it. Whatever.
Yeah.
He does some landscaping and stuff for me when he needs to. And
Perfect.
fix up the ruts and whatever.
Yeah.
Or Mike can do it.
Yeah.
But that's actually, honestly, it's actually a job I was kind of talking about, but I didn't really want to say the town, but that's okay.
Yeah.
He's cool with that.
Yeah. Hey,
He-
foreman here. Remember that job in Bridgewater we did that the neighbor was very unhappy with the pine trees we took down in the rock wall, but at the end he was okay.
Yeah, so in between those pine trees right here
Yep.
and a rock wall literally right here. So I climbed them. They weren't really too big, probably like 40 feet, nothing too crazy.
That's crazy as far as my
No,
standards.
come on. That's-
I'm afraid of heights. Yeah.
Are you? Get closer
I
to
hate
the mic.
heights.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry,
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
sorry, sorry. So he's right. So what we did is the neighbor wasn't really too happy about it. They thought the rock wall was going to get damaged.
Okay. But it
So-
wasn't their trees. It was so the neighbor on the wall, your customer owned the trees.
Exactly.
Okay.
So a big thing that I was
Do
trying
trees
to do-
break rocks or?
I mean,
It's going to maybe make a rock fall down and you put it
Yeah,
back.
it was just a stacked rock wall. It wasn't like mortared
Exactly.
together.
Right, exactly. Which,
Yeah.
whatever. But
Yeah.
People in this area have a thing for the stone walls. Like,
Yeah, they do love their
it's-
stone walls.
It's
Yeah.
a big thing about it.
It's a-
we could
yeah.
probably
My
make a
whole
whole new
neighborhood.
podcast about that.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
My
when
whole
I used to
neighborhood.
live before I bought my house, I lived in the apartment above Lorna's house.
Yeah.
And that was a big thing. It's like, listen, do whatever the fuck you want,
Don't touch the rock wall.
but be careful of that rock wall when your
Don't
friends
touch
come
my
over.
rocks.
Tell your friends to watch that fucking rock wall.
Dude, I had a friend wreck his car
Tight.
on
It
someone's
is a tight
stone
one.
wall.
Yeah.
And it cost him more money to fix the stone wall than
Right.
anything
That's
else.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It was
That's the
nuts.
problem, yeah. But so what we did is kind of getting it was kind of tough because I was dealing with the customer that I was taking the trees down and I was making sure they were happy about it. But I also was trying to cover my own ass from the neighbors because they were
They're out there with
You know,
cameras watching you the whole time and
almost
stuff.
kinda.
Yeah.
But this is one of those stories where they weren't really getting along. But come to find out, I walk over there. I say, "Hello, sir. I would like to let you know that we're taking some trees down here." And
If some branches fall in your yard, I might have to be over here and grab them,
Right,
whatever. You know,
right.
common courtesy.
right, and he gave us so much respect, and he was so fucking happy. And the neighbors got along so much better after that.
That's
and it
crazy.
Just worked out great. Yeah,
Yeah.
I couldn't believe because the neighbor the person I was taking the trees down for was almost kind of like concerned with me going to talk to that person because they quote unquote just got permission finally to take the trees down. But
it's almost one of those
Yeah.
customer service things where it's like, you have this, like, say John's my neighbor and I had a conversation with him, he's like, fuck him, he's a fucking piece of shit, fuck you. And he comes over and he's like, hey, I'm going to do this. Oh, yeah, that's great. I love it. That's a great idea. It's like he could literally say the same thing I said to John.
Right.
And John's just a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not having it. But then he says, like, I love it. I love
Yeah,
that.
perfect.
Idea. That's
No
great.
problem. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
literally the same words. It's so fucked up.
it's wild to me. I'm
Yeah.
absolutely blessed to get along with all my neighbors. I have
Yeah.
one across the street, one that I don't really talk to. And, I mean, even my neighbors growing up.
That's because of the
my mother's
Middleborough thing. I don't talk to any of my neighbors.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
God, my
love that.
neighbors
I
are
don't
my
really
best
either.
friends.
Oh, really?
I go
That's
through
It's
their
amazing,
yards.
yeah.
So
We have
cool.
beers.
Me and my wife
Oh my
are
God,
just
it's
like,
hilarious.
we're fine, whatever.
We just had another. Speaking of business owners, so my new neighbor across the street, Tony, he owns his own plumbing business. He's already done some work in my
He's
house.
killing
that house-
His house looks great.
His house looks
The
so
work, yeah, they would do-
good.
I saw it for the first
Yeah.
time in a while.
Yeah,
There's a
he got
lot of
this
work
thing
over there.
down to studs,
Yeah.
and it's awesome.
I know that was the house Anthony and Sarah were looking at.
Yeah,
right?
they looked at that house. Yep. We'll skim through these comments quick. So another from Paul McGrath. I think
McGrath.
Nick B eats bats. Is it helpful to ask for wood chips? I always flag drivers down after a job and ask them for mulch chippings. Is it expensive to get rid of chips in the sections? So Zach, you've given me some chips in the past before. Yeah, is it what I see you post all the time? People getting rid of chips. I'm in this area.
This is kind of a cool little segue, actually, because what do you do with all that shit? Like, I know some other tree companies and stuff, and it just piles up.
Yeah.
You know, they're splitting the wood.
Some of the bigger tree companies have their own like milling machines and like splitting machines,
They're
Making mulch and shit.
But it still takes up room. So, like,
and that
what?
equipment is expensive.
Yeah.
Well, I have a nice chipper that chipped up to 15 inches. Mike, how many? Maybe give an estimate of how many yards of chips we dump probably a month, and maybe try to give them an idea of how much it is. So I'm gonna we dump a lot of chips. I have an area I can't even tell you. Even today I probably dumped 50, 60 yards. You know.
Wow.
What I mean?
Damn.
I mean,
Yeah. Well, if you're ever in my area, I'll always take some.
yeah. It's just so the thing is, before I got the chipper and stuff, well, I would rent it. Before I owned one, I would rent
Sure.
one. But we would just cut up the brush and put it in the back of a truck and haul it away.
And that takes up so much space.
That sucks.
And
How many? And the
But
amount
you
of
haul
loads
it-
for it, though.
You
Yeah.
haul it away, then what do you do with it?
well, in the
That's the
beginning,
key,
Yeah.
In the
right?
beginning, I was burning it at my mother's house.
was gonna say,
Shout
I
out
was
to my mom.
yeah.
Having a
He's got
fire
the eternal
every
flame
day.
bonfire going.
Oh yeah. Shout out to those fires.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
a
Been
good
burning
time.
since
Yeah.
1997.
I ain't gonna lie to
Yeah.
you. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
Is that what a lot of tree companies do? Are they just burning? Like, I'm always like,
yeah.
where,
But
where
that
do
that
you
live
go?
shit doesn't burn that easy.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I cut trees down in my yard and we chipped it like with a huge chipper, like commercial chipper, and I'm like, at the time we just blew it all over the place. I'm like, this is just useless.
Yeah.
But it's like, what are companies doing? Like,
Yeah.
holy shit! Like,
And you see what one tree makes.
it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I have. It's just like a community. I have so many people.
Yeah.
I got a lady at a doggy daycare that takes them. I got.
Oh,
you know,
perfect.
Horse-
yeah. See,
the
yeah.
horse barn.
Horse
See all that
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
It's just everywhere.
Yeah, I gave my broken lawnmower to a guy with a sawmill out of Lakeville,
Right.
And he brings me sawdust now that I use
Yeah.
in the chicken coop.
Right. It's perfect. Yeah.
Yep.
BRS in Lakeville takes. BRS in Bridgewater. Sorry.
Yep.
Great company.
Place. Yeah.
Good shout out to
absolutely.
them.
Shout out
BRS.
to
We get all our material there.
Ryco.
Yep.
Oh, yep.
Yep. They take them.
I'm so bummed out that the friggin' Ryco car show is the same weekend as Roots this year. Such a good time.
Oh, I'm not going to Route. I'm going to Ryco.
Oh no, you haven't been to the Ryco show, have you?
No. Is that the one
it's a
with all
great
the
time.
burnouts and shit?
Yeah, yeah, it's a blast.
Yeah. It's a good time.
Yep.
But yeah, it's basically honestly, I'll be honest with you, it technically really shouldn't cost you anything to get rid of wood chips. I have paid to get rid of them in a pinch. But,
He's in West Virginia,
okay.
first of all. So,
Nobody in
Great
West
questions.
Virginia would ever have.
And honestly,
to,
it's actually a good question because it's stuff that people probably aren't thinking of, which is great.
in West Virginia. I feel like there's so many people who would happily take.
I
wood
wonder
chips.
if is
More so
Paul
than
is
here.
Paul doing like his own work, like so, like it's just piling up. You know what I mean? Like, what do I do with this?
Yeah.
No, he was saying he always flags drivers down and asks.
Oh,
them
he
for
wants
chips. Yeah,
that.
he
Yeah.
wants the chips.
And the
Wants the
sections
chips.
of the trees, he was saying something about milling them. We usually can cut them up and we send them to a mill. And I mean, I'm not really banking on the money, but we get a couple bucks here and there for
Sure.
some logs. Cool.
Yeah.
Hardwood, I stashed it for a year. I had 30 something cord. I'll never do it again.
Oh, as far as selling firewood, yeah.
I'll never do it again.
Does it not move fast or
It just piles up.
it's
and
just
labor
yeah, it's
intensive,
late.
too.
Right, well, that's the thing, right?
It's all the
So-
lifting,
in the
yeah.
ass.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah,
It's just not worth it in my opinion. It's worth it to keep some for yourself, but unless
Sure.
you're doing it hardcore, someone could make a living off taking wood off me. I swear to God.
crazy,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Someone
Wow.
could.
No, I have the guy Rich that I was with when my car broke down the other day.
Yeah.
He has a couple friends that do tree work in like Norton and up by him and Millbury and stuff. And he bought a used greenhouse he found on Craigslist from a lawn place like a plant place going out of business. Put a wood stove in it, and he takes all their trees and he cuts them up and he does hardwood, firewood, and then he bought a couple milling machines and he sells, makes whatever people want out of a milling machine. It's pretty
Oh,
cool.
we got some numbers here.
I mean, 150 yards a day sometimes, and he's right.
150 yards
I
a
mean,
day.
Think about how many yards of
Did Anna get to you, Mark?
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
think of how many yards of yards of mulch you get just to do your house. 10 yards. Think about what that looks like.
Oh, yeah.
My
Yeah.
God.
It's a lot. We do a lot of volume
It's a
of
lot.
chips, but
That's a ton.
that's the name of the game. You gotta we gotta put in the hours.
Yeah.
And you just burn them if you can't get rid of them. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Now, if you have like, say, somebody has to cut down like a black walnut tree or something, like, do you have like a lumber guy where like, oh, I'll sell him these logs? It's not really your motive.
Also, that's not
to
really
be honest with you.
a thing around it. Like you,
I feel like
Right.
you're almost too busy to like get all that figured out though. Like you
Yeah.
got jobs to
Well, that's the
job
thing. It's
every
like
day,
anyone,
right?
most people who are like excited, like, oh man, that's black walnut, that's great stuff. When you call that
Sweet,
guy
you
6
take it
months,
down. Yeah.
well, no, when you call that guy in 6 months, say, hey man, remember you said you like black walnut? Wait till you see this piece I got. He's not buying it.
no.
It's
Yeah.
it's really just kind of someone that like specializes.
Yeah.
You know, again, if they're gonna make a table for it, cool.
Yep.
But it happens all the time. People are posting on Facebook. Well, not all the time, but you've seen it. Oh,
yeah.
Can you take this tree down for free? Can take the wood? That's not how this works whatsoever. There's no money. I will tell you right now, there's absolutely no money in hardwood unless you are doing it for yourself.
Unless you're a full-time splitter and like selling it by the cord or whatever.
Right.
And even that, you're getting it for free from people taking trees
Right,
down. Yeah.
right.
Like the guys up the street from me have, they have a pretty good sized tractor with a claw and that weird like logging tractor that goes behind it with the kind of claw shaped sides. And I live behind or in front of a town forest and my road ends at a yellow gate and the yellow gate turns into a dirt road and that is a shooting range for the police. So, but it's a mile-long dirt road, and those guys have some kind of contract with the city or state to go clear the deadfall or anything that gets in the way. So that you'll see them come down the road, like they'll go down like 2 or 3 days in a row, and they'll come back with just piles and piles of logs.
Wow!
And they just leave them in the front of their house, and then at some point, them or the guy across the street, they set up this big splitting setup, and they'll split fucking hundreds of cords of wood. Wow! But then they stack it and they use it. Like they all, it seems like they all have like wood burning stoves in the area, whatever that like neighborhood, that like corner neighborhood, whatever. But I'm sure they're getting paid pretty well to take that out of there. And they get like free heat, but it's a lot of fucking work.
It's a lifestyle. It's if you want that heat in your house, you got to put in the work.
Yeah.
But is it worth it? Yes. Is it? It all depends. If you're moving around all day, if you're working 12, 13 hours a day and you don't really have time to move the wood, then
Yeah, that's it.
And my next door neighbor's house had an old house. It was a wood burning boiler outside, and it fed the house.
right.
Every 12 hours, you had to stack that thing.
My friend Billy from
I
Germany.
love those remote shed burner things outside. Those are cool. Those are
They're
cool.
really cool, except
But you gotta be there
every
every day.
12 hours,
Right.
every day,
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
Unless you
Yeah.
want heat.
Yeah.
Although Billy,
He had a wife and 2 kids. Guess who built a new house without that? This guy right there, you know?
Right.
Yeah, so
When
Craig
you were-
and I do my father-in-law's wood racks in the basement, and so his wood stove's in the basement, which heats the house great. But yeah, we're humping.
Yeah, it's
the,
180
Is he
degrees in
cutting
the
the wood?
basement
He
and
cutting the
11
wood?
degrees in the
He's
attic.
chopping
no.
the wood?
He buys pre-split
Yeah,
cords,
yeah.
and then we tow it to
Hey,
the
you
basement.
guys do that fucking I swear 4 times a year.
We tow it to the basement
unbelievable.
with a little John Deere tractor with the trailer behind it, and then he does have a good system to get it downstairs. We have like a slide, and we fill bins, and we put it down like the wooden slide. So we get a guy at the stacking, a guy loading, and a guy sliding down the stairs.
Awesome.
It works pretty good.
That's cool. It's just if you kind of, it's like I said, it's a lifestyle.
It is,
If
and
you
it's
want-
a different heat though. Like it feels nice. It
It's
feels
super. You're right.
Yeah.
100%.
Don't get me wrong. I love a fucking. If I.
Oh,
You have a
yeah. When I
fireplace?
go,
No, I wish we did.
Yeah.
But,
You
but I
haven't,
also
yeah.
am glad we don't. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of those things.
I know,
where, like, I like a good fireplace.
We
but
use it. We use our insert all the time.
yeah. Do you have any like wood burning stuff in your house?
I have a fireplace, not a wood stove.
Yeah.
So it gets the bricks nice and hot and gets the
Yeah.
living room nice and warm. But
It gets you cozy though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
It's enough for me to be, I have like probably 2-3 cords split at the house. I have a nice splitter.
Yeah.
So we did do some firewood. I have made firewood sales, but it's just
Yeah.
not in my interest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a lot of work for you look at the payout.
It takes
you get
up a
from that
lot of
versus
space.
what
Like
you're
you got to
Exactly.
figure that out.
Bugs.
Like,
Lot
and
of
it's just
bugs.
sitting and sit. Yeah, right.
Oh, the
exactly.
bugs. Yeah.
doing. Yeah, Paul just said our guy charges to cart away the chips and trees, which is very fair. I would
Yes.
agree. Yep.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what do you so with tree work? What's required safety wise? Like let's just say OSHA for
Yeah.
example.
Oh,
like
geez. Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, pretty
Legal
much,
stuff.
Who?
Yeah.
he goes.
pretty
He
much,
had to
yeah.
say it.
Pretty much just like pretty much what you'd think from a
Yeah.
construction site. Hard hat. Pretty much the hard hats we wear just cover everything.
But those are specialty
Yeah,
hard hats. They have,
you're
the
wearing like a
flip down ear
motorcycle
things.
helmet and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like
Basically,
a
yeah.
Yeah, almost like a motorcycle hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. Yeah, and pretty much high. Well, at least
Harnessed in
something-
the bucket.
Yeah.
Harnessed in the tree.
Yeah, well, definitely. Yeah. I'd rather. I mean, I'm up and down about harnessing in the bucket. If that thing goes down, I'm jumping out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Does your bucket
Pretty
truck
safe
have
with that.
outriggers?
Oh yeah. God,
Yeah.
yeah.
Certain sizes don't need them or something, or like
Billy
yeah.
has have 2, but this
Yeah.
one's got 4, or whatever the case. Or
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking a small bucket truck.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
yours goes
20
pretty
You're going
high.
up 10, 12 feet. That's one
Yeah,
thing. You go
yeah,
up 30
right.
feet.
Yeah,
That's
this is-
Yeah,
completely
how
different.
high does
Yeah.
yours go at
Six-
high?
60 feet. 50,
60
50,
Oh, so yeah,
55.
you're-
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
Sweet.
It's high. Yeah. It goes up pretty good.
Yep.
But
Yeah, like the telephone company only goes to go up like 22 feet or whatever the top of that.
Yeah,
pole
the ones
is,
that
so
I
they
get at
don't
work.
need-
Oh,
I do-
really?
I do fleet manager
Well, yeah,
at work.
like you-
the ones
the
I get
telephone
are much
pole's like
Yeah, I
smaller.
never,
20
thought, I
ish.
never even thought about that.
Yeah, there's no
I never
outriggers
thought
on
about
those.
the height of a telephone pole. Ever.
I just had a guy
fine.
ask me for a job they're doing like more like high tension stuff, and he was asking me for a bucket truck with a jib. I'm like, we've never needed a
The fuck do
bucket
you need
truck
that
with a
for?
jib before.
What kind of fucking telephone pole are you going up?
Oh, you know what it is? It was
Sir, that's a
it's
high
like-
tension wire, and you should not be there.
Well,
Yeah.
no, it was like a trap rock site, and they needed a jib to
Oh, you
access
couldn't
the
get
spot
around.
they need to get to. Yeah,
well, I was gonna say, good kind of even topic of going way back is how I kind of started was actually using other people's bucket trucks, kind of.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
I would maybe rent one or be like, hey, you want to do a tree job with me?
Yeah.
So, yeah, a couple of my friends from
yeah,
town,
because you were doing trees and the Dwight's demo
Right.
at the same time for a while, right?
Kinda, for a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, trying to figure it out exactly. And then I kind of figured out, well, basically, a guy in the union gave me a good piece of advice, but it was kind of funny because I was contradicting what I was doing in the union. I was like, I want to kind of do everything. And he's like, you should kind of specialize in one thing. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I guess you're kind of right. But I think so, to be honest with you. Especially with something, plumbing, HVAC, and all that kind of stuff. You kind of stick with what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That is a weird thing when you become like in that whatever it's plumbing, refrigeration, HVAC. Those are 3 separate things completely.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Or there's companies that do them all. In
Right,
one.
Right, I was just
Yeah.
gonna say,
But you have
right.
There's always a guy who's better at ductwork, better at
Right.
plumbing, and better at fucking
Right.
refrigerator, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, even like my neighbor Tony, he's a plumber. He's killing it doing like new builds, works with a bunch of contractors, and he's done a bunch of shit at my house already. And like I was like, oh, if I ever wanted to like update this whole heating system, would you do that? He's like, I could. And he's like, we could talk about it for like your house, but he's like, I don't get into that for like a normal customer though. He's like, that's just like a whole nother thing. He's like, do I physically know how to like hook the pipes together? Yeah. Am I like a heating system salesman? No. Like I don't want to get into that.
There's a lot
you know?
of math. Like Tom
Yes,
will do those jobs.
exactly,
Our friend
exactly.
Tom's a HVAC and he's a plumber, HVAC, heating, whatever technician.
I think that's good though. Like you said,
But-
you said it exactly that before. Is like know your limits, so you're not like over promising something that you're not confident about.
Yeah.
And
Because I've done it. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean?
that's part
Oh,
of
yeah, you go
learning.
with big eyes, like, I'm going to make some money here. And the next thing you know, you're like, I am drowning because I cannot do this. Yeah.
Yeah, or it takes twice as long as you
Yeah.
expect. You need equipment that you don't own.
Right.
Has that happened when you start a job and you realize like shit, the equipment I have isn't going to cut it?
It depends. Yeah. I usually will kind of outsource in the beginning anyways, but I mean, maybe I'll kind of look at something like, wow, I kind of thought this was a little bit smaller than,
Yeah.
when you really get up
Yeah, it's
there.
not like you're getting a
Ooh, I
tape measure when you
broke
go.
a tape measure today. Yeah.
Yeah, when you quote a job, you're not getting a tape measure and measuring the thing.
No,
yeah.
God, no. But
Yeah.
I mean,
That's about 100
Right.
feet, right?
Yeah.
but the problem is sometimes I'll look at so many jobs a day and I'll be like, all right, sweet, I can definitely get this done. And then I get there and I'm like, whoa, what did I tell you? But
Yeah.
sometimes you just eat it and just keep
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like that guy that, fuck, I underquoted that probably a lot. That dude's probably going to call you again.
Exactly.
You're going to do another job there.
Right. Or there's been times, my favorite is when I like, I'll do a job and I'll be like, shit, I'm only going to make this much. And then he pays me. I'm like, oh shit, I priced that a lot better than I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
I'm definitely not a greedy person at all. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
you wanna be fair.
Right. I want to be like a very fair tree service. That's,
And that's
really
what makes
legit.
people.
Yeah.
That's what makes
Use
people
you.
recommend,
Yeah.
not just
Recommend,
use you
right,
and
yeah.
use you multiple times, but recommend you to their friends and family. And
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
you have to be competitive no matter what.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Because you can,
There's so many.
yeah.
There's so
a
many
lot.
out
Yeah,
there.
There's a lot, for sure.
There's also a lot of people who call themselves things that really aren't.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, when I say there's so many out there, I don't mean those folks.
no, I know, but they also get mixed in though, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I
And
mean,
then
don't-
that turns into you get what you pay for.
Well, that's it.
Don't get me wrong. Maybe you could have considered me there one day too. You know what I mean? When I was just starting out, I probably did a job or two where, maybe a bigger company was maybe more qualified, but
yeah,
now they're calling me nowadays.
That's
you know what I mean?
right.
That's
Yeah.
yeah, they're calling you
probably
for extra
me.
hands, on
Especially
job or
starting
something,
out. That's
That's
what
probably the
you
difference,
almost
too,
kind
like,
of got to do that, right?
You've
You
now
kinda
got the
almost gotta bite
longevity
it
where
there.
they wouldn't,
Right. Yeah.
When you're starting out, you got to bite it there a little bit,
Yeah.
right?
You win
You
some,
know?
you lose some. That's all.
Yeah.
But like I said, like I said earlier, some jobs that I used to do took me all day. I would bang out now.
Yeah,
It's like
you look at it
Yeah.
like
I
half
know.
day, a couple hours, whatever.
I know, but it makes me kind of respect it a lot more
Mm-hmm.
because I definitely didn't, no handouts or nothing like that. And
Yep.
no big bank loans or nothing like that.
That's pretty good.
So going back to like getting rid of the pile of stuff afterwards, I know.
What do we do with all this shit?
The time, obviously, there's some stuff that you're chipping. There's some stuff that you log up. Sometimes you get like big sections of big logs. It's like you're not going to slice that onto small pieces. You get like a log truck. Do you guys have a log truck now? Or do you outsource that?
Outsourced, yeah. I got a couple guys that do it. I got a guy from
And that's like a crane that's pulling it up onto like a stake body truck, basically, right?
It's pretty sick, honestly. Yeah, it's a big piece of equipment. The claw's like probably it opens about the size of this table.
Yeah,
like almost.
It's like a giant claw machine.
I got one guy in Rainham that has actually one on his trailer, which is pretty cool. He
A
tows
trailer one?
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. I didn't even know there was a thing.
It doesn't hold as much as the big ones, but like I said,
It's still better than no claw truck.
exactly.
Yeah.
His
Yeah.
claw truck's nicer than mine.
Yeah, exactly.
But the thing is with my other guy, the one guy's from Freetown and the other guy's from Rainham. The Freetown guy can kind of take a lot more
I think that's the guy that came to my house.
with the big. With the
Yeah,
big
it was a
one,
big
the
stake
white-
body
the white
truck.
Yeah. Yep. He is busy with his own stuff, so he might not be able to get there right away.
Yeah.
The guy in Rainham, I can call him. He'll be
And
there.
now, does he get rid of it for you too?
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. So it's not like he's taking that to your lot. Yeah.
No, I
yeah.
wouldn't.
Yeah.
I would drown.
Yeah.
I would.
But for a guy like that, right, you've got that truck.
He's
now
like,
you-
I wouldn't be here today.
You've
I'd be
done
cutting
none
shit
of the
up.
labor.
Right.
You just show up and take the spoils, right? So
That's
you
what
show
it-
up, take
yeah.
the logs, and do whatever you do with them.
He's a logger as well, though. So
Okay.
he actually
He'll process
So he
firewood
has the
and stuff.
equipment.
he'll take trees down as well.
Oh,
Yep.
But I'm
Oh,
saying,
okay.
like,
Right.
as far as like free for the job for you personally,
Yeah.
hey, come get these free logs on the side of the road, whatever it is, or you charge you,
Well,
you
I
charge
have
him,
to pay
whatever
him,
it is.
yeah.
Yeah. But no, yeah, that's a pretty good deal.
It's not a bad gig. Yeah. It's probably what I would want to do when I retire, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like that. Chop up some wood. That's when I would sell firewood.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
kind of
right,
that
right.
guy that I work
Job.
with. That's kind of he's setting himself up. So he bought the what the hell wood miser. That's the
Wood
machine he bought.
miser. Yes.
Yeah, he's got a wood miser and a couple conveyors that he built and stuff. And he's got like a thing that does logs the up and down way and splits them in a big ass log and does like 6 pieces in one swipe like a guillotine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's got that looks like a pie.
Yeah,
And it just pushes through.
It's his, but it's vertical, so the
Okay.
logs go in
Yeah.
standing up. But yeah, he's got all that shit, and it's like he's setting up for retirement. When he retires from his day job, he's got all this shit in his backyard.
Yeah.
And his tree guy buddies just drop off trees,
See ya.
and he's got it all set up.
It's a
So I'm
huge
gonna
thing.
retire.
People helping people. You
So
know?
I'm going to retire, and then I'm going to do more manual labor.
No, it's more, but he's got this thing. He's
It
got.
sounds like the way
No,
you set it
no.
up, he's just playing with sticks.
No,
Like,
he's got bobcats with claws. He's just pulling levers.
Yeah.
This dude is not. This dude does not even touch wood.
he's just playing a giant
Yeah.
sandbox
I
with
was going to
toys.
say,
That's
they
all.
actually make a whole thing where you can put the whole log
Oh,
in.
I've seen it. It's
Right.
insane.
Oh, yeah.
It does it all
It's
for you.
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, his thing has a hydraulic chainsaw and it
Oh.
pushes it through, and then he's got a claw on the bobcat to move it from that machine to this machine, and then the wood miser.
I have a ton of wood
You
in my
just
house.
shove a tree through this thing and it turns it into a 6x6.
Well, I've rented a
It's
log
fucking
splitter,
crazy.
right? I've rented a log
Yeah.
splitter. Split a ton of fucking wood.
Yeah.
And now, lately, I've been just doing it on my own here and there. Honestly, even with the log splitter, it's almost the same fucking amount of work.
Right.
Like,
It's-
you're picking it up, you're fucking moving it.
loading
Like,
it,
it's
yeah.
insane. When you're fucking just splitting it with an axe, you're right where you need to be.
Yeah.
like, I feel like we just did just as much work, even with this hydraulic
As
fucking
someone
machine.
who doesn't deal with trees and wood every day, when I split a few logs, I feel like
Like
a
a
million
man.
bucks. Yeah.
You feel like that guy on TikTok that's like Bradley Thor.
Yeah.
whatever his name is.
Like I do that and
God.
I kick my front door open. I'm like, babe, come look at this. Look at all this wood I provided us.
He's like that scene in
Yeah,
He's got his fucking flannel unbuttoned.
Step Brothers.
Yeah,
and she's like,
I'm here to plant my seed.
hey doofus, we don't even have a fucking fireplace in the house. So all right, before we waste too much time on nonsense here, we live
Now we're worried.
we live in we live in a place that you cannot necessarily. I mean, I guess we could do it all year round.
What do you get?
When we have snow, obviously, you're not going up on the bucket truck and taking trees down in the snow generally.
No, not in the snow.
Yeah, how's weather affect your business?
I guess in a long way, that was what I was trying
That's
to.
a really good question.
I
Mark.
don't know what he's trying to ask you, but I'm going to help you out here. How's weather affect your business?
It kind of depends on what the year is. Like the last couple of winters weren't too bad.
Not bad.
What winter?
I know, seriously. So we kind of worked. You know what I mean? We kind of just do some tree work. And
Yeah,
kinda
if somebody
just
asks you to
stick
take a tree down in January, there's no reason you can't do it if it's not snow on the ground, right?
we just plan it out.
Yeah.
If it, especially it's wet, especially these last couple of winters. It gets
What do you
real
look for?
wet.
What do you look for? Like, John's got a tree.
Yep.
Whether obviously you must watch the weather like fishermen do.
Oh yeah.
Right. So it might rain, it might be windy. What do you talk to your customers about? You give them a call the night before. Hey, this is what's rolling in.
Yeah. I mean,
This is what we're gonna do.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of depends. I usually try to plan stuff out within like a week or two. So I usually kind of text them the night before, say I'll be on my way. Text you when I'm on the way.
Yeah.
I don't know. It usually just kind of depends.
I'm not on the
you know
way.
what
It's
I mean?
raining.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much. Honestly,
See you next
that's
week.
pretty much it. Yeah, if it starts raining, if it starts getting too windy, we start.
Yeah.
We're gonna say, it ain't really that important.
Today's not the day.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's all based job by job too, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
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 How
a
high you
tree-
gotta go?
yeah.
If you don't have to go high, yeah. It's
Well, even like kind of this week, we did like 2 or 3 crane jobs kind of in a row. Like we did, had the crane go to one job and go to the next job, and kind of try to do that more or less. Try
Yeah,
to,
plan it out that way.
Yeah, get it done while you can, and then kind of enjoy the time if you get some time to.
how many jobs can you typically do in a day? Like I know it all depends, obviously,
Exactly,
but like
yeah.
average.
On an average,
wise.
what's your
Today,
normal
like today
day
we
look
did
like?
2. Like the other
Yeah.
day we did 3, or sometimes we just do 1.
Yeah, the day you were at my house, it was like that was the day pretty much. It was like a couple big
It was
trees.
a big tree.
Yeah, that main
1,
one,
2,
yeah.
right. That main one took. Yeah,
What time do you usually start in the day?
try to get to the shop. I'm looking at jobs almost every day.
Yeah.
At like 6:37. I'm usually at my house. Usually leave my house between like 6 and 6. Not that early. I'm not gonna bullshit you guys. Probably 6:30.
Yeah.
6:30. Usually get to where I need to be about 7:30,
Yep.
and then try to get to the shop by 8.
Yeah.
And honestly, a big thing with me is I'd rather be at someone's house late than be there too early. Kind of pissing off the person that was working late the night before.
Sure.
Yeah,
Because
it's all loud equipment.
I've only had the cops.
Yeah,
I've
I
only
gotcha.
had the cops call on me once,
Yeah.
but it was a little late. But still, we had 1 tree to get down. It was just starting to get dark. But I've never really had the cops call me for that.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So I kind of feel like if you start a little later and we just kind of kick ass and get shit done, that's pretty much kind of part of the game.
Yeah.
We definitely big on bringing our lunches to work. You know what I mean? Kind of just doing
Yep.
our thing.
Eating a big lunch slows you down anyway.
It's not worth
Oh,
it.
Yeah.
for sure.
Especially
I skip lunch all the time.
eating
when I was in the
garbage.
field.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Ryan doesn't eat breakfast or lunch.
No. So
So when we do this, he's just coming hungry as a
Right.
motherfucker.
yeah. Why do you think I just sit at the bar and eat?
See?
No, I was talking about when I was working in the field.
No,
Oh,
I get
yeah,
you.
yeah.
No, I get you. Yeah.
No, do you do any other do you like plow and stuff in the winter if you get snow?
Yeah. We got the Bobcat, so we set that up to plow.
Yep.
Excuse me. And then I'll probably set Mike up probably this year. Yeah.
Nice.
Kind of depends on whatever we got going on. We haven't really had a winter at
Yeah,
all.
we
You know
haven't
what
had-
I mean? It's just
Yeah.
What's your go-to saws, brand wise?
Husky guy?
Steel.
Steel,
all
steel,
day,
okay.
baby.
Steel all day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's the best. That's the best out there. I mean, you go to Home Depot and shit. What kind of chainsaws they have there? They have steel, and I mean they have Husqvarna and
Yeah.
Echo and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Which don't get me wrong, nothing wrong with those, but
And now, is it true though the Husky from Home Depot versus like from a Husqvarna
supplier.
dealer is
Morgan's
different?
Power Equipment or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Exactly.
It
It's
is
just-
different.
Yeah.
It's tuned down a little bit different. For
No
the
shit.
homeowner. Yeah, and the saws have different.
That was the thing Rich told me. So he was, I have a Poolin Pro, which is like, it's
That's
a
what I
homeowner
have.
saw. It's a Home Depot homeowner
Yeah.
saw. And he's like, you could get a men's spec blade for this
Exactly.
that
The
actually,
blades and
that
the
actually
chain.
will cut. Yeah.
Yeah.
The chain. Yeah.
The
I don't know what he called it. A certain type of tooth or something.
Right, the teeth. It's like the dog, not the dogs. There's something in between it. I've always the
Yeah.
rakers. It
For
has so many
Pool and
rakers,
Pros,
right.
they have
Yeah.
the idiot scale of what teeth to buy.
Yeah. No, but he was
'cause
saying
they
like,
already
he
know
was like,
people are buying the
go to a
Poolin.
real power equipment store and
Yeah.
you can get a real chain versus
You go
what
to
they sell at
Morgan?
Home Depot.
Morgan Power
Yeah,
Equipment.
they're pretty
and
great over there.
Morrison's, yeah.
I'm always happy with them.
And I'll be honest with you, probably one of the biggest random questions I get asked is like, what's like the chainsaw you would run? And I would say a Still 362.
Okay.
So if anyone ever asks, there you go.
What blade
What
length
always,
do you
what always got me
average
is like
work
everyone,
with?
everyone thinks the bigger saw is the better.
Yeah.
But you watch any guy in a tree, he's got like a little 12-inch saw, one-handed, fucking.
Yeah, yeah.
They
They
takes
got
the fucking thing down.
because it's
You're
got to
like,
be.
"What
It's
is
clipped to
happening?"
them. They got to go up.
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, they're just taking down. They're taking on a fucking
Yeah, you're not-
30-inch diameter oak tree.
you're
with
not
a
using
12-inch
a-
saw. Like,
a-
how the fuck do you do
A
that?
monster blade all the time. You want to
Yeah.
use as short as you can, pretty much, right?
Pretty much, yeah. The hand saw is like that big.
Yeah.
That big. Yeah.
Do you think is the battery technology there yet for anything that you could actually use?
no, because it's gonna die kind of quick. You know what I mean?
Doesn't steel make like this weird hybrid motor thing?
So
I wish I had
the
more.
company that I work for, their bread and
I
butter.
saw
They're
over the 500 wow chap for a homeowner, buddy. So they just came out with the 500i, and it's funny you call me chap. That's everyone's nickname.
Yep.
Chap. It's an English term for fellow, or
Sure.
Yep.
that's what we call everyone. But yeah, they make a 500i, but I mean, you're talking it's a $1,500 saw.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, no one's just gonna go out there and buy it, but it's a fuel injected. I forget how many cc's it is, but it's a beast. But
Like a 4-stroke.
two-stroke,
It's still
two-stroke,
2-stroke.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a beast. But if I was to recommend like anything to like a homeowner or just even someone starting out, I would get a Still 362.
Okay.
Yeah, they're wicked nasty saws. It's like $600-700.
Yeah.
20-inch blade, I believe it comes with, and you know you
It's
can
not
pretty much
bad,
do
yeah.
everything you can.
Yeah. 20-inch blade. That's anything you need to do for a homeowner, probably.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
powerful enough, which is good too. You know.
Yeah.
Do you sharpen your own blades?
Yeah.
What's your method?
I mean, you kind of use the files and just.
Just the
do it.
files.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Files
See, I
and-
got the whole.
You have like the sharpener.
That's kind of a scam, I think.
I don't know, man. It
It
works pretty
works.
good.
Oh, it does?
I've actually, I've actually had very good luck with it.
Really?
My buddy.
Good. Next week I'm bringing you 2 chains.
See,
Bring
as
them.
a-
I'll sharpen them.
See, for him,
Take
I
me
get
10
it.
minutes.
For you, how
what I'm
many
saying.
how many blades are you going through? For me, it's
no.
like
Yeah.
I use my saw so infrequently that like this thing sucks. Chuck a new Home Depot
coming
blade
up, I'm
on
going to
it.
be using it a lot. So I have 3 blades.
Yeah, I have the
just,
blade that I'm gonna like hack into the ground.
No.
with
I
when
got
I'm
all
like,
3
yeah.
blades.
Big shouts to Chad.
Paul is an
Yeah.
Englishman, so yeah.
Yeah, shout out to all my chaps.
So
That
I got,
is the phrase they use.
I got 3
If-
blades
if
for my
anyone-
saw,
Yep.
and they're all sharp, ready to go. But when they dull out, I'll swap it in midday.
Yeah.
I'll just swap midday, and then I'll sharpen them again. But that's because I just have this fucking cesspool of fucking shit that I got to clear. That we started with. Now I got the Poolin Pro just like you do,
Yeah.
and I just fucking bought carburetor for it because it's fucking just shit the bed. So
Oh, Paul just texted me. Steel 271 guy here.
So 271, yeah, it's a good saw too. Those are a little older, yeah.
Yep.
That's like one. It's almost like a step down.
Yep.
It's like an S400 to an S300 Charger. You know what I mean?
Oh, you would love their property in West Virginia is sick.
Yeah.
It is
That's
awesome.
Yeah, the 500i is probably the best saw in my opinion ever made. Then I have a 661, which is like that's the second largest saw Still makes.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, but that's actually I use that at your house.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think I remember I'm like, yo, look at this.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. You had just gotten it then, I think, right? It was
so,
pretty
yeah.
new at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'll be honest with you, I've had it for probably 4 years. I probably only used it about 15 times, but
Yeah.
if you need it, it's
You
there.
gotta
Yeah,
have it.
for the big
Yeah,
boys. Yeah.
Yeah. Any tools that we need, I just buy them.
Yeah.
You know.
I was
No.
just talking to Billy the other day. Oddly, we were both organizing our garage the same day, so I fucking FaceTimed him. He's like, "Oh, I'm organizing my shop." I'm like, "Man, yours is in way bad fucking shape." And then I know something came up about chainsaws because he's a tree guy, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I got fucking 8
Oh,
saws."
so Zach's a truck guy. So Billy is his friend who lives in Germany now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he was working with him to have him ship him a Cummins motor.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I saw your
Yeah.
was it LBS
Oh,
Yeah.
Ford out there?
Yeah.
yeah.
Billy has a Dodge truck out there, right?
Perfect.
that's a story. But yes, he does.
Yeah.
Geez, that could be a whole.
It's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah.
Don't
He's got
even-
his Dodge truck
don't
out
even get
there,
me
and
started.
he actually sent it out to get some body work done. The guy stole it.
Oh,
What?
No.
Fucked up shit. I'm not even kidding you.
Wow.
I was talking about that. I'm like, what's going on with your truck? He's like, well, I fucking sent whatever out to
When
get fucking
we started
fixed.
the podcast before we did the video thing, we were having people send us like messages on Instagram for
Yeah.
questions. I started getting these messages from a guy, Donkey King 69.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
it was
like,
the
He's
glue
changed
fucking-
it.
fuck
He's
what's
changed it.
this?
He goes, I got to be an adult now. I said, an adult now? It's fucking social media. I'm
yeah,
like,
I thought that was the
I
best.
said,
thing
you're already
ever,
in the
yeah.
fucking military. They already know who you are. I'm
Yeah.
like, what?
But yeah, no, I
That was the
thought
best.
I thought that was cool that he was building Cummins trucks in Germany.
Yeah. So he's a
pretty cool.
huge Dodge guy.
I didn't see that coming.
Does he build them up or like?
When he lived out here, he had I think it was an 80 I want to say an 86 Dodge pickup, 2-wheel drive at the time. And that was like, it just, body style he loves. And literally my neighbor 4 houses down has one sitting there.
Oh.
No idea what's going on with it.
Was like the 1998, right?
It's like an 80. It's got to be like an 86.
The first gen. Yeah.
Yeah, high up, fucking nice truck. So he I don't know, he found one out there. He didn't get shipped out or anything. He found one somewhere.
Yep.
He had 2 trucks, and then made basically what you're doing. Like,
I got the 2
make
cars.
it one,
make it
right?
one, yeah.
So making it one. So and then he sent it out a couple pieces to get like welded or something or whatever.
Yeah.
And I said, "What's going on in the truck?" He's like, "I don't know. The guy stole it." I'm like, "Fuck." What? He's like, "Yeah,
crazy.
the cops are on it." I said, "What do you mean the cops are on it?" I said, "I know what the cops do.
Yeah.
They're not on it.
Yeah.
If you weren't strangled or bleeding,
Yeah.
they're not on it." And he's like, "No." And they found the fucking guy.
Wow.
And they're like, "Hey, we found the guy." And in Germany, it's different. Like they're just kind of like, "Well, how do you want to handle this now?"
Would you like us to kill him, or do you want to kill him yourself? Yeah.
So he gave him a call, and he was basically like, "Hey, what are you fucking doing here with my shit?" So it's ordered that he has to return the vehicle. We don't know yet, but fucking crazy.
Dude,
That's nuts.
Wow.
Fucking crazy.
That is wild.
Do you still have your Dodge truck?
I got a few of them. Yeah.
A few,
I got
okay.
2 of them now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a single cab that makes, I don't know, I'd say like 1,000 horse, but it's torn apart right now, but that's okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They always are.
I love
They're
my
always
cousin Jenna's
apart,
truck.
yeah.
That thing's awesome.
Yeah, that is your cousin, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool as hell. Shout out to the Burrs.
Yeah. I ran into Jake for the first time. I saw Rick recently. Him and Jenna came by recently because I'm gonna have Rick put in a drain pipe in my backyard for some flooding I'm getting. But yeah, I ran into him and Jake at Home Depot not too long ago. But yeah, so Craig actually just bought a house right near Jenna's. I mean, you know what Jenna's at. So yeah, he's right around. He's up on that side of town.
Yeah.
But
Tree worked on him, yep.
yeah, for sure. He's got a lot of trees over there.
Yeah, give you a good deal.
Yep. Anything else specific you want to hit before we let this guy get home to his puppies?
I don't know. No, I think we covered everything.
I think we've said it all.
I guess, honestly, my word of advice to anyone
anyone starting a business, right?
Yeah. Definitely just look.
Don't be afraid, right?
Yeah, don't be afraid.
Right?
Definitely
I like that.
Do shit you don't want to do.
Yeah.
Literally, do shit you don't want to do.
Step out of your comfort zone a little bit.
Yeah, and then, don't be afraid to, just anything. Like, I've done shit that, I didn't want to do, but now I'll do it.
Have you done some stuff and you're like, well, that's it. That's the last time I'm doing
Yeah,
that.
pretty much.
Yeah.
But you never know until you try.
Yeah, pretty much. Or, just definitely take advice from people that, Yamato, see you there. I think that's the plan. Over down on Winthrop Street. Shout out to that place.
Oh, what are you going to get models after
Good
this?
sushi. I need some
okay.
sushi.
Oh, is that over by that? That's right over. That's over by the old Shaw's and shit, right? Oh, is Shaw still there? McDonald's.
We
and
drive
shit?
by on the way home.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We drive by.
You never know. Yeah.
Let's
You
go.
never know. Okay.
That's by the garage where always like everyone's there.
You drive
like,
by. I go the other way.
no matter how late. That
Is it? It's way down by the auction.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because
a little further. You're talking about like by O'Reilly's and shit.
Yeah.
Right, yeah,
By
'cause that's how you
O'Reilly's.
pretty
Yeah.
much have to get here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll see you guys there. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But I mean, I even did stuff with, there was kids that were a little younger than me that were climbing trees that were showing me stuff. So, take advice from people that, not even if they're older than you, that are wiser than
Anyone who knows what they're doing knows
Hey,
what they're
man.
doing, regardless of their age.
It doesn't hurt to
or-
learn.
Yeah.
I like that.
you. Yeah.
Good.
Anyone that's a little bit wiser than
For
you.
sure.
Definitely ask, because I'd rather know than not. So,
Thumbs forward. Homie in
Yeah.
California jumping in the chat. Thanks for joining us last minute.
how we
Yeah,
doing?
yeah. Take your time. All I do is shit on Paul. I can't help it.
Zach, if so, we obviously he's in California, he's in West
Yeah.
Virginia. We got people all over, but
awesome.
obviously a bulk of our listeners are in southeastern Massachusetts. What's the best place people can find you if they want to hit you up about getting some trees done in the Middleborough area?
Facebook, please.
Facebook, Dwight's Tree Service, right?
Dwight's Tree Service, LLC, please.
Dwight's Tree Service LLC. We'll put that in the show notes so you can find that. And yeah, don't be afraid to try things. Start a business. Go off on your own. If you don't try, you'll never learn, right?
Yeah, and take advice from anyone and anyone.
You can learn from anybody.
Yeah, even if it's a little piece of advice, just put it all together and do your thing. You know what I mean?
That's
pretty
great
much
advice.
it. Yeah.
You can't be above anything.
No, because there's always going to be someone bigger and stronger than you,
That's great advice.
no matter what. But you might be bigger and stronger than them someday.
Yep. You got to be patient.
That's it. Patience is key. It does not happen overnight. People will be like, "Oh yeah, no, that's not it."
No, that's great advice.
You know, not everyone has rich parents and stuff.
Yeah, and you can't be too big
If
for your
only.
britches.
I know,
Yeah.
I know,
Right, if
really.
only.
I know. If only it was that easy, but no, you got to work hard and do your thing.
Hell yeah, that's great
I
advice.
appreciate you guys having me. and
Yeah, man, it's
it
been
was
great.
really a pleasure. You know what I mean?
Very
Yeah,
cool.
hope you enjoyed it. That was a lot of fun.
I definitely did.
We'll do a truck episode at some point.
We should honestly have me here. I'll talk about diesel.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
I'll bring Foreman Mike.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
fun.
he does truck pulling and stuff. So
Oh,
shit.
I would
Oh,
love
shit.
to talk about like
Oh,
tractor pulls and
Fucking
stuff.
love tractor pulls.
Let's
It
go.
sucks
Oh,
me in every
dude, we
time.
should do a tractor pull episode. It's tractor pull
Dude,
season.
We'll
right
have to
now.
do Mark because Mark does the
Yeah.
tractor pulls
Yeah.
at the
Look what I
Westport
started,
Fair.
Mike.
Yeah, Mike, you hear that? We'll get this on the schedule.
Seriously, let us know. I think our slow time would probably be in the winter. So if you want,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright,
I could
yeah.
bring Mike next time. I could bring some guy.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
do it.
fuck
We'll
it.
do it. Let's do it. Let's do a tractor pull episode. That'd be fun.
pulls
Tractor
they
pull,
used to do,
diesel
like, in
stuff.
Rainham?
Diesel stuff,
Like
yeah.
that shit.
That'd be cool. They
Yeah, like at the fair, Westport Fair, Marshfield Fair.
Westport Fair.
Yeah, yeah. He lives in Westport.
Yeah,
perfect.
in
Yeah.
Rainham, they
Let's go. See?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. In Rainham, they used to do these tractor pulls.
Yeah.
And like behind the soccer fields and shit. Obviously.
So is it the high speed ones with they're turning and pulling the sled?
Yes.
So, all right, so that's awesome. The kid Mark that has a shop behind us is a good friend of mine. He does the ones where they have the giant cement blocks, and you have to
yeah.
rock the tractor up and use that fulcrum to pull it forward. So
yeah.
you're not going far; you might only go a foot or two. But he gets the tractor bouncing, and there's like a whole rhythm to it. Him and his brother do it every year. They love it. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Split a tractor in half once, like right in the
Yeah.
middle, just fucking broke it right in half.
Yeah,
like,
it's amazing. That's pretty much what they. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just good
So
times.
cool.
I don't know why tractor pulls have always sucked me in. It's like 4 seconds, but I was like,
That's
God
how we're
damn it.
194 episodes in because we pretty
We
much
love dumb shit.
We
Right.
never end an episode without planning another episode.
yeah.
Well, one last big thing is get that adrenaline going, and that's
Yeah.
kind of a big thing that I
Yeah.
do.
Motivator.
Yes, definitely. Like if go after work, go rip a bike, I'm not telling you, go 100 miles an hour or something. But
Yeah.
you know
In
what I mean?
Mexico.
That's what I like
Yeah,
to
yeah.
do. That's my thing. That kind of gets me off.
Keeps you alive.
Gets
Sure.
my
Yeah.
keeps my mind off things.
Keeps you going for the next day. you
right.
know?
Exactly.
You can have a reason to get up in the morning.
Yep.
Exactly.
Hell
I got
yeah.
the wife and kids. Shout out to my wife. Thank you for being the best thing, and the dogs.
Yep.
So I appreciate it, and like I said, thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's awesome,
Hopefully,
man.
I'll be back soon.
Yeah, definitely.
yeah,
We'll
for
get
sure.
that on the books. All right. Thanks everybody for listening. If you're listening to this right now, it's the 29th. This
And
weekend.
John will be at Yamato's in about 45 minutes.
This weekend, you got our friends at Lock City Drift hosting Staggered
All
at
kinds of
Thompson,
stuff going on.
Right.
Thompson Motorsports Park in Thompson, Connecticut. If you want to see some cars and some racing and drifting this weekend, that's going Friday to Sunday. So big shouts to those guys at Staggered. You can hit up staggeredcarshow.com, I believe, for the details on that. But all 3 days, there's stuff going on.
And then
You can
there's
register to
Roots,
throw
right?
your own car on the track. Roots is, September 4th to the 7th. We'll be down in Wildwood. If anyone's going to
Awesome.
be down there, hit us up. That's pre-2000s only. If you have a Mark IV, keep that shit at home. Yeah, we don't want to see anything older than
You
anything
guys
newer
have
than
to go to that
2000.
bar again.
Are
Let
we
me know how it
stopping
is.
by? What, Yamato's? Let's go.
Irene's.
Irene's.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Irene's not
Irene's.
wild.
Yeah. I don't know where. You sent me the link, but I couldn't open it up. It's all, how do you want to log in? It's ridiculous.
We'll keep this offline. We don't need to tell everybody in the chat how to log into our Airbnb.
No, I can't even log in, so it doesn't even matter.
All right, thanks everybody. Have a great week. See ya.
Later.